Detractors celebrating in the night, falling from the pedestal in an endless flight. Everyone's abandoning the sinking ship so fast, losing grip on reality, can't outrun the past.
What is going on, guys? We are back for another DSP video, and after last week I thought maybe this will be a slow week, and man oh man, how wrong was I, because this is the first full week after breaking up with the casino. This is DSP going back to his old ways, Kino exposing him, and DSP trying to be the villain of the internet yet again, and it backfires in a major way in DSP's face. So we start off on Sunday, and we have Casburgers. Dents are in full suck mode. So we have Felix the Maid. Phil, I support your decisions to part ways with PPP. We'll see what the feature entails, but I'd like to see less drama for the following months if you guys are no longer doing smart guys together. The occasional drama is alright, but having it constantly will kill off your channel and attendance. Then we have another person. Phil, just ignore them. They're gonna waste their time waiting and listening to every word of yours for hours, trying to hear you mention them so they can string 1 or 2 words that you say in 5 hours of content. Just ignore them. Don't mention events from your personal life to not feed their addiction and go on. They will rage, they will try to reach, but ultimately, if you don't feed the trolls, they wither. Then a third person. These clowns think they can count your money and claim what was spent the right way and what was spent unwise. It's not their money, but they are salivating for it. Jealous. So just don't tell anyone but your finances and drama will end. Make a rule to keep it a big secret. Then finally from Mohammed, in all fairness, I'm happy you won't be collaborating with PPP. I started watching you years ago, and your content and gameplays got me through a lot of stuff in life. We'll continue to watch you, brother with 3 hearts. Then I put this thought out. Since he had all those animals in his house, and remember, for a year plus, he had ants in his house, and his idea was to put ant poison all over the floor. And also, there was glass all over the floor when he broke something, and his idea was not to clean it up, but to give his wife slippers for Christmas so she doesn't cut herself. And I tweet, wait, so for that year plus that there was ant poison and glass all over his kitchen floor, there was multiple animals in DSP's house. I remember him saying he wasn't worried about Jasper licking it because he doesn't like sweet stuff. He had to buy cat slippers because of glass. Then with his breakup with Kino Casino, DSP tried to do what he did after the Side Scrollers interview, and he contacted RTU to be on the show. Of course, this is him trying to have backup because RTU is now a mutual enemy of Kino Casino, just like DSP.
I will do one thing though, Phil, I accept your invitation. Convenient timing. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the circumstances going on to be on your podcast. I'm sure that's just a little bit of a coincidence. I'm sure there's nothing else going on that would make you actually reach out to me. It's not like it's, you know, damage control or anything.
Then DSP was busy banning people in Kick, including Rabbit Lives Matter, Cat is praying downstairs, DSP bought a zoo real, Gaming Soulmate no more, Phil has no real identity, Felted by August the Duck real, and Not So Lucky Rabbit foot, LOL. And then the YouTube chat was off to a great start, as Mr. Dead Rabbit said in the chat, why did you not take care of me, Phil? I trusted you as my human, and you literally let me die from thirst and hunger. I loved you, Phil. Left me alone in the backyard at 90 degree, no water, no place to hide. I had no idea what was happening to me. I was looking for you everywhere. Why, Phil? Why? Then we had someone else in the chat. Ever had rabbit stew? I guess you can now, can't you? And DSP started deleting all the comments. Well, there we go, LOL. Good morning. Then someone asked, where did all the comments go? Sorry to hear about your rabbit, Phil. What was the rabbit's name? And then all those got deleted. DSP, there's gonna be a lot of socks today. Posen, some people really should get a life. And DSP, yet again, more tech issues. He's testing the camera as he's setting up the stream, when he's already supposed to be live. Late again. Late, late, late. And DSP has taken this breakup very seriously. He's removing any mention of Kino Casino and money from his chat. Then DSP said on his day off, he spent a lot of time with his wife, and that's what he needed to avoid the baloney and nonsense, aka Kino Casino and everyone else felt in him. Then we have Cool Gal. Yeah, the only thing left is for DSP to come out. I'm sure what they mean is out of the closet. Then we have Phil bought a zoo. You have two choices. You can take control and just come clean about your weird amount of animals, or we can keep bringing it up every day forever and pay PPP to tell us under his control. Then on Kick, he was at 63 viewers, and Phil described that chat as every single one of them is one person and it's all their sock accounts. And ladies and gentlemen, on this day, Sunday, it was the 2-year anniversary of the interview with Side Scrollers. It's amazing how time flies in the DSP verse. And DSP has decided what the next DSP tries it is. And you ready for this? British cuisine. This has disaster written all over it. And look at DSP. He looks red. Looks like he's been crying more than usual. Almost like he's taken this breakup way too hard. After all, dude, Andy was his gaming soulmate, dude. The DSP announced on Tuesday night he is taking time off. He's not doing a late night stream because he has to do his taxes. That's right. He said he might have to take Tuesday, Wednesday, and possibly Thursday night off to do taxes. Which is really funny because throughout the year he always says, whenever I buy something, I immediately put it in a spreadsheet so I have everything organized. Why does it take you 3 days to do your taxes then, Phil? Especially when you just grab all that stuff and throw it to your tax guy. Why does it take you so long, Phil? But of course, what we're going to learn later on is this is a smokescreen and something else is going on. And because he's taken that day off for taxes, he is asking for insane levels of support tonight because he wants to eat British cuisine on St. Patrick's Day. That is right. DSP wants to eat British food on St. Patrick's Day. Now keep this in mind, this is the same guy who didn't know Guinness was Irish until this year. And not only is he begging for money to do British food on St. Patrick's Day, he's now pre-begging, please guys, give me money for my birthday. Imagine, 43-year-old beggar begging random losers on the internet to give him birthday money. How sad and pathetic. Then we have this from Typhoon. Phil, Cat didn't eat the rabbit, did she? I know she gets a little hungrier than most. And then people kept saying, oh, DSP, do retro NES games. And he said he can't do that because Nintendo shut down all the ROM sites. Remember, 17 years a gamer, dude. Then someone pointed out about British food on an Irish holiday and how it would be kind of weird. And DSP said this.
Listen, I know some people are disappointed because they're like, well, Monday is St. Patrick's Day. Why can't you eat the British food on St. Patrick's Day? I mean, what can I do? You know, it's just the timing of stuff. I know it would have been perfect to have it on St. Patrick's Day, but listen, I'm not expecting that today we're going to be hitting 6 goals so that we can do this thing tomorrow. I mean, if we do, obviously tremendously amazing, and thank you in advance if anyone contributes today to hit these goals, but I'm just not foreseeing that insane level of support today, you know? So let's see. I mean, tomorrow would be perfect, but some people are like, British food on the Irish holiday. I know that's what I said, and then people were like, yeah, but these meat pies and stuff have like Guinness in them, and Guinness, you know, is perfect for the holiday. And I was like, I guess. I don't really know. To be honest, I don't really pay attention, but yeah, I guess we'll see. Eating British food on the Irish holiday would be so funny. Well, again, I don't foresee it happening, you know? So, anyway.
And you heard him correctly. He wants 6 goals hit today. And 6 goals is $900. And same old marathon and rewards. 100 goal reward is going to be another retro game marathon. Or retro react. I might as well get the rope right now. And then someone said to DSP, why don't you do a 24-hour stream? And DSP says he can't because he's too old and not fit enough. And he has a wife. He would need a team of people to make it viable. And then over 10 minutes of begging and pleading with people to hit goals. Please, guys, hit the goals. I want to eat food. Don't you want to watch me eat food on St. Patrick's Day? Then apparently, according to DSP, someone donated Disco Elysium to DSP. And DSP again, talking about the emulators and the ROM sites. He thinks they're all gone. There is nothing on the internet. No places, no websites, there's nothing. Nintendo shut them all down, dude.
Oh, what do you think? Let's see here. A 24-hour stream is never going to happen. I'll tell you why. Here's why 24 hours is just not viable. Number one, I'm too old. I'm in my 40s. I'm not fit enough to sit here in this chair for 24 hours straight and not have physical issues and not kill myself. All right, I'm just being honest. And, as it is now, I got to get up every hour. I got to move around. I can't do it by myself. If I had a team of people, if it was me with 2 other guys, and we were tagging in and out, I can't just do it myself. Sorry. It's just for my health reasons. And number two, I have a wife. I'm not going to say, hey, so honey, I'm not spending any time with you at all for the next day because I have to stream for 24 hours. So, so that's not going to happen. All right, just to be honest. The 24-hour thing will never happen. Someone said, how about a marathon of the bad games that AVGN played? Well, AVGN has played a zillion bad games, right? And I don't know which ones would actually be viable because some of those games are NES, and are they on the Switch? You know, emulator, probably not. Some of the worst games probably aren't on there, only the best ones. So how exactly would you play the worst games? You know, can't do emulators anymore. That's out. You know, that's been ruled out. Nintendo shut all that shit down. So I'm actually not sure. I would like to do it. I think that would be fun. I'd play like Silver Surfer and get tortured. Friday the 13th. You know, all the games that he played at the beginning that were like the worst NES games possible, right? But how would I do it? I know we'd have to figure out how viable would that be, right? Retro game night. Again, I'm okay with that. Like a retro game day where we just go through a whole bunch of retro games while I'm drinking and stuff. No, I know Switch emulator was shut down, but the thing is, all the ROM sites are gone. Like, they used to actively have, like, all the freaking ROM sites, right? Every game was out there. Now they've all either been scared into hiding or they've been shut down by Nintendo. Nintendo does not want anyone emulating their shit. So it's like, you know, it's not an easy thing to do. That's why they want you buying everything on their stupid Switch, Switch subscription program or whatever. Yeah, I'm not doing any shout-outs yet. Someone said they sent me a tip. I haven't done any shout-outs yet. I will in a few minutes, okay? Star Wars Marathon. How could I pull that off? Like, what kind of Star Wars Marathon?
Then DSP decided to react to the new Silent Hill trailer, and his big brain revelation is that the new Silent Hill looks like it's in third person. Big brain Burnell right there. Then all the detractors of Kino Casino started giving money to Phil and giving him dirt on them. And this is how DSP responded.
Thanks, Kev92, for a €5 super chat. What's hilarious is the stuff you're bringing up, I know absolutely nothing about, and it's just, you know, nonsensical stuff right now, and I'm not even going to address it, okay? You got to understand, what did I say at the beginning of the show? I said there's no drama. This is a chill stream. We're going to relax. We're going to have fun. As much as you guys want to try to derail and push stuff into a direction like that, it's not going to go that way, so you can just cut the shit right now. I don't care about this stuff. I never did. Okay? Okay. All right. So.
Then yet another YouTuber doing a video on Phil, but remember, the internet loves him. They changed their minds on him, dude. And this person has almost 300,000 subscribers.
I don't think I've ever seen this tactic before, of literally holding your stream hostage and refusing to do anything until somebody donates. Like, this is some next level e-begging strategy we're seeing over here. This is a wild idea, crazy idea, but has it ever crossed your mind to maybe just have an entertaining stream and then people will donate rather than demanding and forcing your own fans to donate to provide any content? I don't know. I'd imagine having a fun, entertaining stream is going to rake in a lot more support and donations, not to mention more fans, rather than just sitting on your ass demanding handouts like a slimy little leech.
Then of course, Kick Chat is full of LARPers, full of trolls, detractors, and DSP starts banning regulars on Kick if they use detractor memes. And the only way they can get unbanned is to write him and apologize, dude. Then we have a quote from DSP. If you're gonna make a username, make it so you can pronounce it with the mouth. Then DSP is gonna talk about Trump getting rid of taxes on tips. But DSP's wondering, what do they consider tips? And he hopes that the tips he receives during his streams are tax-free, dude.
Other people have said, well, you know, Trump wants to make it so that, Other people have said, well, you know, Trump wants to make it so that tips are not taxable. Well, that's great. But what constitutes a tip? Right now, we say that any contribution you guys give me through PayPal as a tip. Okay, it's not a donation. It cannot be classified as a donation because that's a whole different, you know, thing with taxes. And it's not. I pay taxes on all of my income. Okay, but is there a determination between, say, if you send a super chat, if you gift a sub, or if you tip me legally? You know, I don't know. Can we figure that out? Would I have to figure that out? What if I do it the wrong way? You know, so that's what makes me nervous, is when you change the tax code, will it benefit me, or overnight, is there going to be something that messes up and it screws me over? I don't know. But we won't know because nothing's happening yet. And the thing is, FYI, anything that happens that goes through won't be affecting for another year or two anyway. These things take years to implement. They don't affect this year. This year is all the same. So, all right. So,
And DSP, in his delusions, thinks he's great at drama streams. He thinks he can take on anyone. And then he says this as well.
because they've seen hints of greatness, you know, it's not who I am. Again, maybe if this was 10, 15 years ago, all right, and I had seen that, I would have been like, oh yeah, let's do it. But at this point, I'm older, I'm happy. I don't want to make problems for myself or others. I don't want to be constantly stressed and drama and bullshit, you know?
That is right. He said the internet saw hints of greatness in his drama content. Now, Phil, you feuded with Cog, Ethan Ralph, and RTU, and you lost every single one of those. And then one of the regulars that got banned on Kick is DJ Trump. And what happens when someone gets banned on there? The frogs with the torches come out. And they were not having it. They demanded he be unbanned because of his apology fetish. Then someone had an idea. For the marathon, Phil, for retro, why don't you play Castlevania games? And DSP believes there's only 4 classic Castlevania games.
JDTV says, what about a Castlevania marathon? Well, the thing is, I already played all the Castlevania games, JDTV. All 4. All 4 of the classics, so the marathon doesn't really make sense if I've already played through them, right? Okay.
Then DSP talked about how he's the small guy. He doesn't make money like all the other streamers. He's not rich. And at this point, the chat was still popping off because the frog emotes were going like crazy. And he's sick of it. You better stop doing that or you're banned, gone forever.
No, the bottom line is Real did not stop. I banned him because he kept going. So if you're going to try to, you know, argue with me, the streamer, I think you're really barking up the wrong tree there. All right? In fact, how about this? Stop fucking spamming the chat right now with emotes, this bullshit, because I'm just going to take out every fucking one of you who wants to sit here and derail my business. I've had enough of your bullshit. All right? Grow the fuck up or get the fuck out. You got about 10 seconds to change your fucking minds, or else you're all out. Everyone who's a fucking spammer will be out. Okay? And before we start, I'm just going to take care of it right now because I had enough of you. You little sissy kids acting like bitches in the chat. No, I'm not crashing out. I've had enough of your nonsense. Like, this is my place of business. This is not your clubhouse. This is not your fucking good old boys club. You don't all get to sit here and break the rules and get away with it. You don't all get to harass others. You don't get to talk shit. You don't get to bring up detractor memes. These have always been the rules, but I've been lax. But now that time is over. It's time to get back to some normalcy around here and not let the lunatics run a fucking asylum here. This is not an asylum. It's a stream. Okay? I'm not talking about the YouTube side. You guys are fine. It's the Kick side. These idiots have been trying to pull this shit for months, and it's over now. It's officially done. I don't need to cater to any morons. No, not back to a dead chat and no community. Back to a chat of normal people with functioning brains who aren't sitting here trying to turn it into their own personal hangout session, because it's not. It's supposed to be a fun place for everyone, not just you. Okay? You don't get to bend the rules and then complain when you bent the rules and say, I want my friend back. No, it's not your place. It's mine. So either you like the rules or you leave. Or I forcefully make you leave. It's always been like this every single day of every single stream that anyone does, except for people who are so insanely huge that they just let it run free and have absolutely no controls whatsoever, in which case they don't give a shit what happens in their chat, but they don't care because they're so rich, they don't need to maintain a nice place for people to hang out. You understand? That's not me. So if you don't like it, bye, and you won't be missed. Sorry, this never was your hangout session. This never was your private clubhouse. Okay.
And DSP says he's going to have a co-host for Smart Guys, and he's going to find one because people have been knocking his door down trying to be a co-host. He might even do some trial runs, dude.
Next episode of Smart Guys. Now, I know you guys have questions about smart guys. What's going to happen with the show? Are you rolling solo? Have you been talking with possible co-hosts? Yes, I am going to be continuing with the show. Yes, I am going to be rolling solo. Yes, I have been talking with possible hosts. I've already had one or two that kind of have been eliminated for various different reasons. Like one person's like, oh, I'm interested. I'm like, have you ever been on camera before? Have you ever done a show? No. Okay, well, I don't want this to be your test run. You know, the whole idea is to get someone who's done content before. Even if you like wrestling, I want people on this show that kind of know what they're doing. Okay? All right? I've been talking to a bunch of people, and, you know, I'm working with them. All right? Some people already have, like, these big, lofty ideals. I'm like, all right, wait, what? All right, here's how it works. Smart Guys is a wrestling commentary show where I'm going to cover Raw and SmackDown. Maybe we'll change it up from time to time because I have access to AEW. I think I may have access to NXT and maybe even TNA because I have a VPN, so I think I would be able to actually get, like, everything if I wanted to, okay? So, yeah, so, you know, I have all these things, but people, oh, well, what if I come on with this guy and this guy and this guy? Wait, what? Let's relax. Let's just talk this out, you know, rationally, calmly. Let's go slow. Let's not immediately talk about, let's bring in a team of 10 people. I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean? Like, let's just relax and figure this out and see what we want to do. So, as for this week, there will be a Smart Guys on Thursday night, but I don't know if I'll be going solo, and I don't know if it'll be a co-host trial or not. I'm curious. We'll figure it out. But I did order a actual new pack of WWE trading cards for the show, because every $100 that we raise during Smart Guys, I will open a pack, just like I did last week. And it should be arriving soon. I think it's supposed to be arriving within the next couple of days. So I guess we'll see. Okay? Okay.
Then we had more band names on Kick, including Watership Down from the Rafters, Dying Wife No Friends Real, Ant Poison Got Bunny and Cat, Miss Salad Toss Real, Non-Toxic, DSP Killed His Rabbit Real, Argentina African Coin Real. Now, I want this to be real so bad, but take it with a grain of salt, but it'd be hilarious if this was true. We have Wally Tony. DSP literally lives 20 yards from me, in Renton. He'd be our local celebrity, but he never leaves his apartment. Palador, why would he? No one out there is going to give him his precious money. My Vault Boy, someone did throw him a quarter or something at Trader Joe's, lol. I would love to see a video of that. Someone just walking up to him go, hey Phil, you're DSP, right? And he goes, yeah, dude, that's me, dude. And then they just throw quarters at him. It'd be hilarious. I want that video. Then we have Bucktooth Beaver. So you talk about drama when you can feel like you're punching down, but because you got snaked, you're gonna pretend you are above it. Jeez, Phil, man up. And now that DSP has a high definition camera, we can definitely see that his beard is gray, not patchy, dude. Especially in that second picture. What do you mean that skin? That's gray hair, dude. You don't know what you're talking about. Ban, ban, ban. Gone forever. And then DSP went full Toxic X on Kino Casino and their viewers. He is now banning Kino Casino people in his Kick chat. So anyone that was a viewer of his and Kino Casino, or was a Kino Casino person that came over to watch him, ban, ban, ban. Gone forever. I wonder why your numbers are shrinking on all your streams, Phil. And the only people he's unbanning is the people that were supporting him. Then we have a DSP bought a zoo. We want to know about your animals. We have bunnies and cats buried in the yard. I love that you have a positive stream here and will enjoy your content. Then look at this. Look how sad this is. Number 1 for gifted Kick memberships, Dan the Man Real, or Dan the Dent as I say. And then number 2, DSP Killed His Rabbit. And DSP's now going to explain why Kino Casino, being a Kino Casino viewer, and memes are now banned. But he's not the one to blame. If you have a problem with that, it's PPP and Andy's fault.
No, John Philip Stamos, listen. I don't think you're trying to start problems. I think you came in and people are telling you a bunch of people got banned. You have no idea what's going on, so that's why I'm trying to be fair with you. Again, this morning, here's what's happened. Since, you know, I was doing collabs with Kino Casino and I started streaming on Kick, there's been a bunch of viewers who are their viewers, but also mine. Now that whole collab is over. Of course, they're being incredibly toxic towards me. So now these holdovers who still like Casino are coming in here and causing problems. And they were all in here this morning memeing and doing stupid shit. I told them to stop. They didn't. They all got banned. Then they all complained. I said, well, too bad. Either you accept the rules or you leave. They wouldn't. They're all gone. Done. It's pretty simple. All right? This is a gameplay stream. It's meant to be a gameplay stream. It's not to be a toxic place where you're going to be fucking stupid and talk about messed up stuff. So it's that simple. All right? Don't want to hear it. don't want it. It's not what it's about. If people bring it up, you're out. It's always been that way. It's just that it's been fun because being a part of another group or whatever, you get to meme about similar things and stuff, but now that's over. And that was, by the way, their fault, not mine. So.
And it looks like we're going back to pre-Kino numbers for sure now. DSP Gaming gameplay, 194 people watching. Absolutely pathetic, Phil. Then we have Lex who puts this out. When Rosie Knuckles jump scared me and then bowed to me.
I was like holding it like right here. Oh shit, you scared me. Hi, I'm Darkside Phil. I'm just kidding. Wait, that was funny.
Should I say it? Should I say it? Oh my god.
Hey, this is like this shorty friend and this is Rosie Knuckles.
Oh my god, it's my favorite cult leader, everybody.
Yeah.
I love her.
Wait, hold on.
Let's do our little... Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah.
Like crazy.
Then DSP oversharing yet again. I don't know why he does this. He had to watch an instruction video of how to cut up a pineapple. And we have Marco. Lachero is the new Simpsons, but with predictions.
Then you're going to pay with your debit card, grab the pump, take the fuel, take the cap off, and you want to put the pump all the way in.
Why do they make things like this so difficult?
Press it down, and it locks it in place so you don't have to do anything. Then you take it out, put it back up.
I really don't get it. Cat will just have to do it.
Back on, and when you
Fuck
tighten
this.
And man, look at that, look at that. Live chat, 92 people. That is an all-time new low. Man, I guess DSP can't afford the view bots anymore. Then DSP decided to play around with his green screen, where he became transparent for the first time in his life, and also some scary Halloween stuff too. And he demanded on the night stream, he wants $750 tonight, so tomorrow he can have British food on St. Patrick's Day. Spoiler, he did not get that. Then in a weird way that shows you his delusion, he believes his setup is like a dashboard from a spaceship. That is right, his wheelchair is a dashboard from a space station. Let that sink in. Then he went to play Avowed, and apparently he's not updating his BIOS, which could be a very big problem in the future. And he's already talking about buying a new PC because he doesn't want to deal with all these problems, dude. Then DSP retconned another lore item, this time his post-nasal drip, and he said because he talked a lot, his voice is fucked up and that caused him to gain post-nasal drip. Then we have Sarah, who's definitely a LARPer, probably OIC because no woman ever watches Phil, tries to sneak diss him, and this is the result.
Satan. That's right. Sarah says, let's fill drama hounds with more boring, chill, interactive gameplay streams. You know, some people say, oh, it's boring. Yeah, that's why I get hundreds of people who show up and we hit goals and so get support and have great conversation. It's not for everyone. My streams are small because we want to have that interaction. We want to have that social level of experience, right? If I had 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 idiots all screaming and spamming emotes constantly, I couldn't do that, you know?
Another thing that DSP is going to roll back is how much money he makes on demand videos. Because remember in the past he said, oh, I'm making pennies, I'm not making anything on it. But when people ask him to leave on the music for the experience, to make it feel better, emerged. And he says, no, it'll get claimed, I won't make any money on it. But now he says he makes money on it, and not only that, it's significant money on it.
People say very, very dumb things. Like one of the dumb things that they'll say is, hey, why don't you just play music over your streams when people ask for it? Because it doesn't matter if your videos get demonetized or not, you make nothing on them. And that's really dumb. Do you all know why that's dumb? Because I do make money on the on-demand videos. I get good views overall. I have over 80,000 videos, so I get ridiculous amounts of views in aggregate in the background. It's not just about the new video that comes out getting a lot of views. And I do actually make significant ad revenue on my on-demand videos as well as my streams. So to say, oh, just give that up because you want some music on your stream, you know, is really dumb. You know, like a dummy would say it. Anyway, you know, a dummy who doesn't understand how YouTube works because they're not on YouTube. Anyway.
Look at this face. This is a face of a man that's having fun. He's enjoying his life, enjoying his career, enjoying his family, dude. And would you look at that, he has one night of slow support for a vow, and all of a sudden, the game's boring, he doesn't like it, bad pacing, and then complained that in the previous weeks he was hitting the goal, and now he only gets 1/3 of the goal. I wonder, Phil, I wonder what happened in the last 2 weeks that could have changed that. Definitely not something you did, right, Phil? Definitely not drama related. And then this moment made me shake my head. So DSP looks at his map, sees a GPS marker on a house, tries running around trying to get to the marker on the house, keeps saying, how do I get to it? And guess how he got to the marker? He went through the front door of the house. Absolutely pathetic. And then the stream was over, he did not hit the goal, and he said, he's not mad at you for not hitting the goal tonight. Definitely not a cult at all. And then goes on about how support for Avowed is bad, and then threatens to wage quit it. However, he's going to talk to you about it right now in OT, and he's going to talk about it on the pre-stream tomorrow. He wants your input, dudes. And look at that. That is the most pre-Kino thing I've ever seen. $54 on stream. Now keep in mind, before Kino, it was just tips he counted. So now, tips, super chats, memberships, kick memberships are all included in that 54. And 20 of those dollars came from super chats. And DSP had the weekend to apologize to PPP for wasting his time. And guess what? At the end of Sunday, he did not apologize. However, as a spoiler, things are going to heat up very, very soon. Any outside facility for pets must be kept clean on a daily basis, and no waste products or food to be left in either the facility or on the property. Remember all the kitty litter, dudes. Then someone decided to face swap Jade and DSP, and to be honest, it does not look out of place. Then DSP in the chat, FYI, gonna be late today, running behind, didn't even eat yet. Of course, what this means is, I just woke up, give me some time to eat, stop being entitled, dudes. And we have kinda salve, there's leftover rabbit stew in the fridge. Then we have some banned kick names in the chat, including 1 panda, 1 horse, 1 cat, 0 rabbits. Go to sleep Philly, it's 4 AM. Whoa, bunny. DSP the PDF pastor. Bun and T from DSP. Bans jokes, protects PDFs real. Cat ate the dead rabbit. Condemn store for it please. Water-headed dents pay DSP. Dead bunny, dead bedroom. Darziak is Derek, wake up. Darzi ack. Zoo in house smelly. Rabbit in target bag buried. Backyard bunny. Cat life insurance real crime. 1 sick pervert aka Darziak. Darziak needs rabbit tanga. T rabbit marriage all dead. Then the kick chat was still trolling Phil, and they called yesterday the ban-ocaust. Then we have Cat as Jabba the Hutt, which Black Steel Raven captions Pizza the Hut. And then apparently Jade is not a big fan of this. I don't know, stay watch this. I love COD, but you know. Then we have I'm Resolution. Hey Phil, I got my pizza in the oven. If you could hurry up, it'd be greatly appreciated, sir. Then DSP was late yet again, and he accidentally turned his camera on. At least this time, he wasn't jerking it.
Way, move, bitch! Get out the way! Get out the way, bitch! Get out the way! Get out the way. Get out the way.
But of course, as he turned on his stream, he also had tech issues.
I hope that you all are having a good St. Patrick's Day so far. Today will be a full and fun day of gameplay. Oh, there's the camera. What did I say?
Then this is what DSP does every time he wants to wage quit something, is he'll blame the audience. You guys didn't give me money. You're telling me you don't want to watch me play this. Which, to be fair, nobody wants to watch you play any game, Phil. But he's so worried that people are going to judge him because he dropped the game. But of course, anytime anything goes wrong, doesn't work out, it's everyone else's fault. It's not his. He did everything correct. He did nothing wrong. And even in this point, he was saying that people wanted him to quit Avowed, even though the real reason is that the money dried up. Then DSP was complaining how modern games don't hold people's attention, and that is what leads to DSP having lower attendance and support. But the real truth is that you're boring, Phil. Nobody wants to watch you play a game. They just want to see the rage. They want to see the man baby. They want to see you act out. But you think you're a professional. You're Mr. Articulate, 17-year veteran, when in reality, you're just a jackass. Man, he still doesn't understand. Nobody wants to watch you play RPGs. Remember, every single year, RPG overload. What's going on? Why is attendance down? Don't you guys want to watch me play this? And then once he's done, see guys, there's too many RPGs. My audience doesn't like it when I play RPGs. So guess what Phil's gonna do? He now wants to play modded Skyrim. How many times do we have to teach you this, old man? And as Smart Guys, or Smart Guy as it's known now, keeps dwindling in attendance and support, and nobody caring at all. Now that Grill Phil is gone, DSP is spending more money and buying more WWE trading cards, which he will unpack, which is 4 cards, for $100, just like the shots. And he is now saying before Assassin's Creed Shadows even comes out, if you don't support it, or if the game's bad, he's quitting it. That is right, he pre-wage quit a game before it's even out. That is DSP 2025. And DSP had a question on St. Patrick's Day. What would you put in coffee to make it Irish coffee? Whiskey or Irish cream? And then Andy Warski posted this out live tonight on a crazy Kino Casino, 8:30 p.m. DSP crashes out versus Kino Casino.
Oh, buddy! Darkside Phil is crashing out. He's on a banning spree. Yesterday, Darkside Phil banned over 100 people from his chat. He's purging all of the casino bros. He's fucking seething because the casino bros were posting Pepe emojis in his chat. And he was just reeing at losing his mind.
But he's banning his own guys now.
Well, he's banning his own people. So he's banning all these guys who donated to him and supported him. And he said the only way to avoid being banned was to donate that day. Well, that day he got hardly any fucking donations. He missed the goal on his night stream, only made $54.
Oh!
And it's just brutal for him, buddy. He's having the hardest time. He's trying so hard not to talk about us, but he couldn't help it. He couldn't help but seethe and cope and fucking cry about us. It was amazing. And by the way, everything that I said was true. And we know it's true because Phil hasn't denied any of it. Phil will not engage. He won't deny any of it. It's all true. I have all the receipts. And this Friday, we're having on at a special start time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. It's a Gundam is coming to Kino Casino. And we're going to be leaking DMs left and right, showing all the receipts, all the proof about Phil. We're going to reveal never before seen pieces of lore, so you're going to want to tune in Friday. But tonight we've got Phil coping, crying, seething, and we have his new co-hosts for Smart Guys.
Oh no!
Ralph relapsed! It's Pill
Let's
Stream
go!
Day!
Pill Hog Day!
Stream Day! Pill Hog Day! Fucking here!
The man who leads the way.
Fucked up, man. He calls into Mersh's show Every other word is just a slur.
N-word.
He's screaming at Mersh, you never did any... Mersh, you never did anything in this business like I've done, Mersh.
Oh.
You live in Florida, and it's a shithole, Mersh. And they're just battling back and forth. Ralph's like, yeah, I told Phil we'd do the wrestling show with him. But, you know, Phil's kind of a retard. I told him, this is what I said, Mersh. I said that me and you know more about wrestling than he's ever known. That we've forgotten more than he's ever known. So the show will be good because he doesn't know anything about wrestling.
Oh, man.
Like, there's no way this show's going to happen, but please let it happen. Please let it happen. Speaking of things, please let it happen. Review Tech USA has announced there's going to be a crossover with him and Phil teaming up to take us on.
Let's go.
So we're gonna have a look at
this
that
arc
well.
rules.
It's so good.
It is.
It's so good right now. I really hope it all pays off, and it's all so fucking Kino. It's really good right now. Mersh and Ralph crossover was fucking amazing. The
I know.
hollering, the
We
seething.
also-
Mersh is just like, we want Warski to die.
Yeah.
I just want him to die. It's like,
Oh.
the seeth is real funny.
we have Ralph selling his website. We're not gonna tell you for how much.
Place your bet
Place
on how
your
much
bets.
Ralph's selling his website for.
He's doing
He's
the
falling
cou-
asleep
the coupon?
on the stream. The digital coupon. to
$3
try and save
coupon?
bucks. He's broke.
and he's hollering at
him
some chick.
calling into Grace Thorpe's voicemail.
Oh,
Like, just
blackout.
just blacked out drunk.
why don't you go
Ralph
kill
a
yourself?
relapse. It's full bore Ralph a relapse, guys. We got a bunch of other segments on the show today as well. Sticks Hexenhammer update, EDP 445. We're gonna talk about King Cobra for the
Ooh.
first time in a
And
long
he's drunk
time
as
on the
fuck
show.
too. It's the St. Patrick's Day
Oh
special.
yeah, we might get into Kakada. It might be Wednesday.
Mm.
We'll see, because we've got a lot of stuff to get through. But tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time on Kick. Friday, it will be an hour earlier. 'cause
Remember
we're
that.
gonna bring on Gundam right away.
Yep.
So you guys gotta check it out. You gotta be there. It's gonna be hype.
Only on Kick. Peace.
Then DSP was looking up more Legos, even though the Lego streams are starting to dwindle just like Smart Guys. And he wants this Super Mario Lego set for $121. But as he says, he has to ship it from Japan. But you know, you can go to Target or Walmart. I know he's never going to Walmart. Or other places, you don't have to get it from Japan. Just wasting more money, Phil. Then he called Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Liberty. 17 years, a streamer, dude. And for the entire pre-stream, he got a whopping $16. Get used to this, Phil. We're going back to pre-Kino numbers. Then as Poems Past points out, DSP allowed KickChat to do memes and make fun of people for 5 months. Now that it's against him, he can't have it. And it's always been against the rules. Man, if we're going back to pre-Kino stuff, I really hope the bubbles come back. Bubbles, bubbles. How about I take those bubbles and shove them up your ass? I love it. I love it. A couple things that Kick does that DSP hates is when they put the username in red, because he can barely see it, and the frog emotes. And they were both out in force. And he said about the Kick Chat, just ignore them, they're just bots, dude. And also called them trolls and detractors, trying to ruin his stream. And then It's a Gundam showed off what DSP built in Legos and what he built on his own. And look at that on Kick. Typically he would get like 40 or 50 people. He's up to 567 people watching on Kick. Very suspicious. And as soon as he has over 500 people on Kick, instant bagging. Please guys, become a sub, gift subs, let's go, let's do this, let's get this going. Then DSP in a delusional rant is gonna claim that he knew the whole time that Kino would turn on him someday.
What's going on in Kick Chat today? Asked Dumpy Koala. It's very simple. As you know, I'm not doing anything else for Kino Casino. Those guys now are all upset because I cut them off. So they're doing their campaign, the anti-DSP campaign, which we all knew was coming all along anyway. Like, we knew eventually it was going to happen. It was just a matter of when, correct? So because of that, They took it upon themselves yesterday to all go in there and do these memes about me that the casino had been doing. And I said, it's not allowed. It's against the rules. And they did it anyway. So I banned a bunch of people. I said, well, if they learned their lesson and they email me and say they're not going to do it again, they could come back. But instead of that, their friends then campaigned to them and said, oh, unban our friends, unban our friends. I said, this isn't your clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? It's just, this is not your clubhouse. Like, what are you talking about? I mean, why on earth would you think you could take over my chat? It's not yours. It's my place of business. Just because you've hung out here for a while, which is appreciated that you're here and you watch, doesn't mean you own the place. You have to abide by the rules like everyone else. All right? If people are going to be toxic towards me, that toxicity is not going to be allowed moving forward. That's the rules. It's always been the rules. So if you can't abide by the rules, you're going to get moderated. You're going to leave. So what's happened now is all these people are upset because all their buddies are gone. It's like, yeah, but they were morons. What would you like me to do about it? I didn't make them act like idiots and break the rules. It didn't happen. You know, they're doing it of their own accord. I can't stop them, right? And the funny part about it is most of these people who've been sitting and they're acting like that are not contributors, are not supporters. They're just the people who sit in there and do the memes all day.
Then we have some clips from DSP that did not age very well.
Kino Casino is gaslighting him because, you know, they're glazing him, but they're going to turn on him. And, you know, it's the bullshit. It's stupid shit.
Any minute
I don't really,
now.
I know. Oh, no, guys,
day.
any minute. My worst enemies are coming on stream. Oh, wait a minute. Keemstar's on my podcast on Wednesday. So, like, what are you talking about, right? Like, the stuff they say is ridiculous. Anyway.
Are you sure about that?
Same thing with Kino Casino. A lot of people say, oh, they're just buttering you up for a big downfall. Hey, guys, don't you think it would have happened by now? It was August. It's now going to be December. It's a little late for that now, right? So I think a lot of people were just very wrong about a lot of things. They wanted the worst. They were always it's the sky is falling, Chicken Little. But I get it. The reason they think that way is because things went really badly for me for many, many years. And now they've turned around. So, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. I sent an email to Craig last night, and it wasn't a very nice email. All right? It was not, hey, buddy, how you doing? Want to come on my show? It was more like a, hey, buddy, so, you know, funny how things work out. Here we are over a year later. I'm on top of the world, and I don't even know where the fuck you are. Because, you know, you just have to do hack shit to get attention. No one talks about your show anymore. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see how Craig responds. But admittedly, I was pretty heated, and I think the email was pretty harsh, to say the least.
And look at that. 1.2 thousand people watching him on Kick. Again, very sus. And look at that face. That is a face of a man who loves his life, loves his job, loves his family. And of course, because of all the views, he was put on the front page of Kick yet again. And you know what happens when he goes on the front page? He's on his best behavior, doesn't say anything, doesn't be toxic, but as soon as he's off the front page, boom, it's like a light switch. The opposite happens. Then DSP got up and did a break. He was gone for about 15 minutes, but when he came back, he realized he didn't stop recording. And he left that in for the on-demand viewers and said, I'm sure the viewers on demand will enjoy that 15-minute block of nothing. That's how much he cares about his viewers on demand. And you wonder why, Phil, nobody watches your videos. Now if you're thinking, his view count, it could be real because he was on the front page, so a lot of eyes are on him. Watch how fast his viewers change within seconds.
And I could do about that, he was behind me.
Then we have this from Keeping It Simple. YouTube takes 30% of the cut of the super chat, but he counts the full amount of support, lol. And you know what happened right after that? Ban, ban, ban. Gone. Forever. And then, on St. Patrick's Day, we had Thomas, you know, the person that's never been in the chat before, donate $50 through a super chat. And says, Happy St. Patty's Day. Hopefully, this isn't the end of the pot of gold at the end of your rainbow. And he kept saying that he, DSP, is the one that cut off the Kino Casino guys, not the other way around. Then when his numbers were up with all the view bots, somebody was telling the new people that he opens packs of cards for $100, and DSP banned him because he was trying to ruin his business and his stream. And then DSP had to scold his chat after the first stream. Hey look, a chat you can talk in because there's no spam. Corner Demons, there's no spam because all the people that talked are gone, Phil. I'm genuinely sad. Stinky Whistle Teats, it's called cutting off your nose to spite your face. DSP, perhaps they should act above the maturity level of a 5-year-old and not derail my business because a troll told them to. There's nothing to discuss here. If you try to take over my business, you get banned. It's not even a difficult concept to grasp. I said multiple times to stop, and if you don't, you get shit canned. And then he goes on to talk about how people were posting memes and shit talking him when the new people were there and he was on the front page. And it hurt his business, dude. And DSP, yeah, it's sad they didn't value those over a dumb fuck meme, right? Now the casino can say he banned all the former casino viewers tonight on their show because that's their shit. And look at that. He got exactly $150. A lot of that coming from the biggest whale of all time, Anonymous. Then we have Ace Wind, Felt Mageddon, Friday. And then PPP announced on Friday he's gonna have It's a Gundam on, and they're dropping all the DMs from DSP. And DSP updated his chat rules on Kick. Be respectful to one another and the streamer. Do not engage in emote or chat spam to the extent that it derails the chat. Do not promote other streams or mention other streamers in a way to take attention away from this one. Do not use language or names that is inflammatory, hurtful, or targeted at harassment. Then apparently one of the things that PPP revealed is that DSP begged them to bring him on their show to make fun of him so he could have another Kino Casino collab. And DSP doesn't know if his PC has a restart button. Remember, he used to build PCs, dude. Then Kick was way out of control for his own liking, and he's now gonna get Nightbot for Kick Chat so people can't spam emotes anymore. And then there you go, more Anonymous from longtime fans, all at the same time, every single stream. Amazing how that is. Then DSP, being the very smart big brain person that he is, decides during the stream to update his graphics driver, and then his computer automatically restarts, and he's pissed about it and he doesn't understand why his computer restarted. And now we have Poems Past. The detractors and Kino Casino are ruining his business chat.
So from what I'm to understand, I don't know because I was streaming earlier. I guess Kino Casino was saying, oh, look, Phil is banning all the casino members from his chat, which isn't true. I wasn't doing that, okay? Yesterday, DJ Trump misbehaved. I was bringing up negative memes that they had said about me, which is against the rules. He got banned, and I said, hey, I'll bring him back if he emails me and apologizes and says he won't do it again. Well, all his buddies started going crazy in chat, and I told him to cut the crap because I'm not going to have my whole chat derailed, all right? So today, that was what happened yesterday, all right? Today, I go to stream, and what happened is, as soon as we were going to end the podcast and start with Black Ops 6, Kick put me on the front page. So my viewers went from like 50 to like 300-400. So what happened was, in light of Kino Casino saying that shit and trying to start a drama, a detractor in one of the restreams that they restream me on said, hey everyone, go over there and start doing a bunch of memes, start doing the stupid smoking Pepe emote and say, oh, we're mad that so-and-so got banned. Just basically make his chat look like shit. So that way newcomers coming into his chat will say, what is going on, and not want to be there. So they did. So I put up with it for like 30 minutes. Seriously, and I had enough. So I just started blanket banning the people who were doing it and said, you broke the rules. I told you to stop spamming. I asked you nicely, right? You didn't listen, so you're gone. So no lie, probably about 10, 20 accounts got banned that were all part of that, all right? And then it calmed down. And then we were actually able to have a nice stream because people were able to talk, okay? But then people were all pissy and up in arms about it. Like, oh, no, listen. The rules have always been very simple. You're respectful to others, including me, but also others in chat. You don't advertise outside content and streamers, because obviously that's counterproductive. You're supposed to be here watching this content, not someone else's. And you don't derail the chat. That's it. It's such simple rules, right? It really is. So I don't know why people don't understand it. So it is what it is. You know, if people try it again tonight and are going to keep constantly be doing it and no one can chat in over there, I'm going to start banning people again. I'm just not going to have it. People want to be able to talk in the chat and have conversation. People want to be able to use the chat. It's not your chat. It's my business chat where people are supposed to come in and talk about the games and stuff going on. You get it?
Then another lore drop. Apparently, according to Kino Casino, DSP doesn't even have a driver's license.
Buddy.
Oh, my parents are sick. It's like,
My
for
parents
seven years, he's been using that fucking excuse.
My mom has a terminal illness. Please stop making fun of me.
For 7
I'm gonna
years,
have to
stop.
go- This guy can't figure out how to get a fucking passport. He's asking me how to get him a passport,
Yeah.
for God's sake.
He's manipulating
Holy
you.
shit, Phil. What about the real ID system? I'll never be able to visit my parents. How about you just file the paperwork and get a fucking... This guy's in his 40s with no passport, with no form of valid government ID.
Isn't it
How
funny?
does this happen? He doesn't even have a driver's license, for God's sake.
Ash, isn't it funny that every time he asked you to fucking, like, stop making fun of him, a pet died, his parents were
Yes!
dying, that this
No,
was dying.
it's
Oh,
crazy.
Cat's on
His
his
wife's
bedridden.
dying. Like,
Bullshit.
everybody in his life was dying or dead, and it's like,
Yeah.
and it's like, this is gonna be very cruel on Friday, these DMs that we're leaking. But the real question is, like, how much of it is even real?
Yeah.
How much of it was him just like trying to milk for sympathy or whatever? How much was real? Some of this stuff is funny, but some of it's just straight up sad.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I don't know what to say. By the way, we got the Alex Freeman for 10 subs. And Ginger Vitus for 10 subs.
And look under Phil Upset for that sticker. It's called Phil Upset.
Phil
Let's-
upset.
let's
He's
keep it-
upset.
He's upset. He's sad.
He's crying. This really is punching down.
Oh,
Like,
buddy, no.
this
come-
guy's
dude.
developmentally delayed. He has like the brain of a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah.
You know, and we're just dunking on him ruthlessly. I don't know, chat. Is it wrong?
One thing that would make sense is because DSP always plans his day off when his wife has her day off, which means she drives him around for the errands, the appointments, and I can see DSP being so lazy that he lets it expire and doesn't do anything because he doesn't want to leave the house. Then he was finishing the kiosk game, and at one point the phone in the game was ringing off the hook and he refused to answer it. And it was so annoying, and you wonder why people hate your streams, Phil. It was like the fire alarm in the unboxing video all over again. Then not only does he want smart guys and a co-host for that, he now wants a non-drama conversation show also with a co-host. Nobody wants that, Phil. Nobody wants that. And then PPP revealed that Phil in a DM said if they met 10 to 15 years ago, they'd be both millionaires right now. I doubt Phil would still be a millionaire. I mean, he was a millionaire, but then it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. And then the money was not coming in. So guess who he does? OT Q&A. Even though he says his wife is dying, but he'd rather talk to Jade and Slayer than to be with his sick wife. Then a quote from DSP. You may not realize it, but British TV is, I hear, more popular in Europe. Wow. Did you think of all that by yourself, Phil? What a big brain Brunel that was. And also goes on to say, the only thing in movies or TV that is British that is worldwide is 007. Says everything else United States doesn't care about or know about. You know, like Harry Potter, Doctor Who, and a bunch of others. And then DSP mixed up Legos with Nintendo and said, is there Sonic Legos? I thought Sonic was a different company. And man, look at those moves coming in nicely. Then DSP can't even tell you what kind of cologne he wears.
What kind of cologne do I wear? What kind of cologne don't I wear? Let me put it this way. If I name the colognes, people will obsess over it. But I wear a combination of actual expensive colognes, mid-range colognes, and El Cheapo colognes. I do. I base it not off of cost or oh, look, it's a fancy name cologne. I base it off of scent, what it smells like. And so the ones that I have, actually what I did, I got a couple of these like packs you can get, that's like a variety pack. And I just started smelling them because they're not a lot, but you smell what's good. And you're like, oh, I like this one. I don't like that one.
And despite DSP having the worst ideas in the history of streaming, he's now saying Kino Casino is the one that has stupid ideas. And he's the smart one. He's the big brain Burnell that had all the ideas.
Giga or Giga Gamer says, will I do any more collabs in the future now that I've been snaked, or am I done with that? I don't know. I honestly don't know. You know, it was fun doing the collabs while I was doing them. They kind of petered out, died out. I didn't want to do the stuff that the guys wanted to do because I thought it was stupid and had nothing to do with the kind of content I wanted to put out. And of course, like every single time that I've tried to work with someone, it fell apart and they snaked me. So it's pretty typical. It happens every time. So I don't know. Let me put it this way. I'm in no rush. You know, to be honest, like for example, right now I had like 5 people who wanted to be the co-host of Smart Guys, my wrestling commentary show. I've already narrowed it down to 2. And I'm debating, like this week, should I have someone as a demo run as a co-host, or should I just do a solo show this week to get the stress off, and then maybe next week I take someone maybe as a demo as a co-host? I don't know. I just don't know. You know, it's hard to trust people. It is, because every time I trust people, shit happens. Like every fucking time, without fail, it happens. I was like, well, maybe I should just stop. You know, listen. I'm happily married. My wife is my best friend. I'm very happy spending my life with her. I don't need to have anyone else in my life that I need to trust or anything. You know what I mean? Like I'm very happy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need that. I'm not looking for it. It's funny when people say, well, you don't have any friends. Yes, I do. I'm married. I'm married to my best friend. So why am I seeking anyone else? I don't have enough time to spend with her, let alone anyone else. So why, you know what I mean?
And another whale came back. Ren, who's been away since I think December or November, back, gifting subs on Kick. Then DSP was freaking out, cause remember how someone donated Disco Elysium? Well, apparently DSP can't find the game in his library, it's not showing up, and he knows he saw it. And he's confused, he doesn't know what's going on. And we have Kinda Sav. Kinda Sav viewers knew he had a lizard all along. Rise up. Hashtag, I call him Jasper Lizard. And I love the fact, like the theory, that every animal is called Jasper. Because you have like Jasper Kitty, Jasper Rabbit, Jasper Lizard. I love it. Because it shows you how uncreative Phil actually is.
Give us more details on the DSP Zoo. The DSP Zoo isn't as amazing, like, as I'm trying to make it out to be. But I think he has about 6 different animals. He has like a bearded dragon, and he has like a chipmunk, and he has like he has a couple other things. I think he has like a snake.
Then DSP said he was double yawning this morning, so he made himself a double cup of coffee. Then we have Street Panda, got the green light, doing the final touches, as we see Dave's big coloring book. And the picture says purchased on March 10th, 2025. So maybe this is an actual official DSP verse book. And that brings us to Tuesday, where DSP only had 1 stream today because he needs time off to do his taxes. Of course, DSP would never lie about that, right? He's definitely due his taxes tonight. And if you know DSP, whenever he takes a day off, he still expects to get paid. So that means only 1 stream, but you have to pay him $300. Then we have Darcy to Phil. I found the church, Cat joined, and we see Church's chicken. And then we see Phil as Julius Caesar being stabbed by Brutus and the others. And it just says, you too, Andy? The previous night, Kino Casino talked about how DSP's mom brushed his hair till he was 17, and they have a new emote, a hairbrush. And DSP in his kick chat, is that a new emote? A hairbrush? It looks awful, lol. Then we have Benny Big Bags. It's the hairbrush your mother used, Phil. I think it's pretty mid. They could have done better, in my opinion. DSP, she used a comb. Benny Big Bags. Well, they obviously fucked that little detail up. DSP, those dunces. Then we have Darcy to Flow with his thoughts on everything. Phil really thought he vanquished all his enemies while gaining new whales, a new business partner, and new best friends forever. But it turns out, he actually doubled the number of trolls, lost whales, lost a business partner, and never had friends to begin with. Then on Smart Guys this week, it was supposed to be a guest host, but DSP canceled their appearance due to everything going on. And we have a quote from DSP. Remember, this is the same guy that sits at his house 6 days a week, doesn't go out, doesn't have friends, doesn't have family, eats the same thing over and over from DoorDash, and he says this: life is boring when you do the same thing over and over. Then DSP has a hate boner for anyone who does collabs, makes money, or has any brand deals. And Assassin's Creed Shadows does that. For years, they teamed up with Venom for a clothing line. And DSP thinks it's the dumbest thing in the world.
What they're selling, thanks to dry technology, efficient moisture wicking, they are selling Assassin's Creed Venom boxing gloves, which of course they show on a black man. They just had to, you know, probably because the main character is also an African samurai, right? And I guess this is an MMA style, like, robe that you would fight in or whatever. So that's the merch that they're selling. That's what's representative of feudal Japan, is boxing gloves on a black boxer and an MMA gi with moisture wicking technology. And then they complain, people are bullying us online. We don't understand why. Why are people bullying us? We don't get it. It's not fair, and our Ubisoft lawyers are at the ready. If you bully our employees, we're coming for you. Like, how do you not see what you're doing? This is supposed to be the Japanese Assassin's Creed, and even the merch tie-ins you're doing aren't Japanese. You didn't even try. There was no effort put into this. Zero self-awareness of what they're putting out there. They have like no concept of how to do something right anymore. You want to know what would have been a good merch collaboration? Kimonos that have all the Assassin's Creed shit emblazoned on it, right? Or maybe a replica sword that says it has the assassin symbol on it. Something that's representative of feudal Japan.
Then we have Darcy the Flow with his thoughts on Rich going on the Level 1 podcast tomorrow. He's calling it a no-miss scenario. This seems like a desperate attempt to salvage a W from the massive L's he's been taking. He's trying to prove to Kino Casino that he can pull numbers without them. And then DSP is gonna rant at Ubisoft, saying they don't know what Japanese culture is. And even at one point going as far as saying, have you ever been to Japan? And keep in mind, this is the same guy that learned about Japanese culture from the Yakuza games.
This is modern game design, this is modern game development, and then they actually will go whine and say, why is everyone bullying us? Why does everyone say our game's woke? Why is everyone saying the game is bad? Why is everyone... Because you're an idiot. There's the only reason why, because you're stupid. You don't understand culture, you don't understand gamers, you don't understand anything. You're a bunch of morons sitting in a boardroom, you French idiots, right? Ubisoft, we know what we're doing. The boxing gloves, you fucking morons. It's Japanese, you fucking idiot. Do you know anything in Japan? Have you ever been to Japan? Have you ever had anything Japanese at all in your life? Do you not even know what the culture is? Like, I guess not. But then whine and complain about it. When? People don't like us. When?
And then with DSP having RTU on tomorrow's podcast, Meerkat titles it The Fat and the Furious. And this tells you how delusional he is and what kind of echo chamber he lives in, because he's blown away how people can have different opinions, liking and disliking the same thing. Because DSP thinks he's the center of the universe. If I don't like it, that means no one else likes it. If I like it, that means everyone likes it. Imagine being 43 years old and living life like this. He goes on to say Witcher 3 wasn't fun because one of the 27 side quests were meaningful to Phil. Then we have a quote from DSP. I don't have to monetize doing squats on camera to make money. I'm not that kind of creator. And as I pointed out, but push-ups and showing your underwear/feet are okay. Also goes on to say Nigerians wouldn't send him money. That's how he knows people giving him money from Nigeria are trolls. Then someone told him, if you have Ubisoft Launcher, you can play Assassin's Creed early. And the first thing DSP says is, the Ubisoft Launcher? Where would I get that? I wonder, Phil. I wonder where you get the Ubisoft Launcher. It couldn't be on the Ubisoft website from Ubisoft, right, Phil? And because it's the only stream, he expects you to give him money because he's missing the other stream. That is right, it's your responsibility as an audience to pay him when he's not working. And then he logged in his Ubisoft account, tried to get the launcher, and apparently he wasn't on for a very long time, so he had to do the 2FA, and he rage quit it, and calling them fucking idiots who don't know what they're doing, and he's sick of nerds ruining things, making it hard for people. Plus, he said it glitches. The topic of metaphor came up. Remember, he spent 12 hours playing this game when most people beat it in 3 or 4 hours. And not only that, he rage quit it. He didn't even finish the demo. And he says, he didn't make Metaphor demo boring by spending too much time in it. It's an RPG. You're supposed to take your time and do everything in them, idiot. Then DSP went on a rant about how nobody is covering the whole topic of how people are sending him fake support through Argentina. And this is a big topic. This should be covered all over the internet and YouTube. He was demanding people to make videos on this. Then he gets some money. And he jokes about how his pignosis, yes, he used that word, pignosis, worked, and he'll have to do it more often. When DSP doesn't care anymore, despite his mic being absolutely horrible, he lets one rip, and then goes on this rant about how he's gassy all the time.
Wasn't actually from Nigeria. If they were, right, they wouldn't be spending their money sending it to me. If they were, right, they wouldn't be spending their money sending it to me. From Nigeria. If they were, right? They wouldn't be spending their money.
Then we have Darcy. I think there's a 50% chance that Rich cancels on Phil, and a 10% chance that Rich makes it to the end of the podcast without rage quitting. It'll be interesting what happens in that interview. And look at the placeholder for the interview of RTU and DSP. It looks like two men that know the money train is slowing down and will eventually stop. Then we have JG Win. If you're curious about how much money entered the Snortfort's coffers during the casino arc, here you go. The presented raw and fee adjusted numbers don't even include all the revenue, so check my notes. He will miss the cash, and that desperation probably led to RTU. So we have Casino Arc Hall, August 11th, 2024, night stream through March 12th, 2025. And we see tips, $33,468, super chats, $22,793, YouTube memberships, $1,312, which is $5,248, kick subs, since October 12th through March 12th, 3,360, and 16,800. Now 5,000 of that is from Dr. Lexus / Darkside Pimp. Raw total excludes PPP cut, $78,309. Fee adjusted, $69,056. And remember, he said he has nothing saved up. He spent all this money. He spent $70,000. However, he cannot take his wife on a vacation or a honeymoon. He can't take any days off. What he did was he spent money to quote-unquote improve his background, and the rest went to Jin, DoorDash, and Hogan, brother. Then we have Derek 220th of Coomland with some band kick names, Hairbrush Fake Comb Real, Real Adult Can Google, More Dead Pets Than Socks Fact, Dead Rabbits Resurgence Over, The IRS Taxman, I Call Him PPP Real, HOA Violations Real, Rabbit Detractor Task Force, No Friends Just Creatures Sad, Cat is Cuckoo for Coco Cock, DSP Killed That Rabbit Real, Gay for Andy Real Gay Real, Eggman Physique Real, Bags Bunny Rip, Snort More Than Coke Addict, Renton Wendy's, Corner Demons, King Baby 1, Robustly Flavored Real, Cat's Gunt No, Andy's Ab Yes, Donation Seeking Pro, and Schedule F 1040 is Needed Real. And that brings us to Wednesday, where DSP lost his damn mind and showed us why he is a 220. And DSP likes to retcon stuff, and he's gonna retcon the last 8 months with Kino Casino. Now, I know what you're thinking. I thought today was the interview with RTU. Well, it is, but it changes dramatically. And we start off today with JKB. I'm not streaming today. RTU/DSP is happening. This is legendary. Can't wait for Phil to turn into a shit show and blame Rich. Then we have Lord Diaz. I hope we get a sequel to this gem of an interview, and this is RTU when he was on Side Scrollers. And well, it didn't end very well for RTU.
No, shut the fuck up, Rich. Let me talk.
You shut the fuck. Don't you fucking tell me to my face to shut the fuck up. No.
Then we have this one from Chad the Champ. We're all about to get banned today. We're doing a drama stream, and the chat isn't allowed to talk about drama. Oh boy. We have Cracker Jacks. I'm hoping this is not a train wreck, and hoping they don't hate each other. And guess what, guys? Phil is not on time. He is late. And he's also gonna complain because Rich is late as well. How funny that works out. And for that big interview, he has 250 people waiting, then 400. But man, what a fall this has been for a no-miss scenario. And look at that, we're up to 594. Remember when he used to get thousands? Because I believe it was the LTG, he had like 3,000 or 4,000 people watching him. Of course, they all left when he started doing gameplay. And he announced, after the interview, he's gonna do a decompression stream right after. See that? DSP milking the drama bucks. And of course, the guy named Review Tech USA is having tech issues. What a shocker. And this is the border DSP went with, the fire all around. Which is funny because I use a fire border in my opening, and DSP doesn't realize this either. He has put himself in hell. And you may not know what I'm talking about, but in a few moments, you're gonna understand why Phil is in his own hell. Then the interview started with RTU. And right off the bat, DSP wants an apology. He's face to face. He wants RTU to apologize for everything he's done. And he asked him, do you have anything to say before we start? And Phil also called Rich Sir. And by the way, RTU never apologized to Phil, by the way. And then RTU said, everyone knew from the beginning that Kino Casino was fucking with you. You were just content mill for them. DSP, okay, yeah, that's fair. What are we doing here, Phil? And then RTU asked DSP, why is it that when detractors say stuff about your wife or you get offensive and call it slander and defamation, but when PPP does it, it's razzing, dude. And DSP's response was pretty telling. He said it was okay that PPP says it, and his answer was that it's okay that PPP says it because they have a mutual beneficial relationship. That is right. If you can benefit Phil, you can make fun of his wife all you want, dude. So DSP had an alternative motive with this interview. He brought Rich on, not for an interview, but do a roast and expose Kino Casino. And DSP said he is the king snake, and for 2 years, he's been casing people, not just Kino Casino, but other people as well, to make more money, to get hyped up, to steal their audience. And he said it started after the Side Scrollers interview. He was the joke of the internet, so he started looking around, see who he can rob, and he decided to rob the casino. And he was using them the whole time. And then in a weird turn, he makes it out like it's almost like an Ocean's 11 thing. And then he brings out the poker case and he says, Rich, you remember this? He goes, yeah. This is the poker case I use during your react. Then he opens it up. And it's a shirtless picture of Andy and Ashton together, which I don't know why it had to be shirtless. And he said, today, we're gonna take the poker chips away from Kino Casino, one by one, and we're gonna expose them with evidence. Because today, DSP is dropping the DMs between him and Kino Casino. And let's see how this went for DSP.
Nice. The Level 1 podcast featuring RTU. At all. Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
What?
The Level 666 podcast, straight out of fucking hell. Because today, live on the show, it is time to explain to you how over the last 8 months and the last couple of years, all of my planning has finally come to fruition.
What?
I robbed Kino Casino.
No. What? He's doing this? No.
I'm not kidding. I'm not fucking
Oh
kidding.
my god.
Everything that you've seen happen, I swear to God, has been part of my plan all along.
Oh no way! No.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna pause real quick.
Yeah, we need a break.
This, real quick. Now, this is much dumber than any of us could have seen coming. I want to reiterate that. This is much dumber than you thought. But
He has lost his mind.
yes, his mind is gone. Gone.
Bro, he can't even plan out a fucking takeaway order.
Yeah.
Rich, do you recognize this?
Let me look on.
He's not looking. Oh, you don't see me?
Ah, those are your poker chips, Phil. Yeah.
Correct. This is the briefcase that was used as a prop during the co-op react that I did with Kino Casino back in the summer when we watched your documentary from June the King. And basically, it was used as a way to humiliate you over the course of that event, where every time that there was something embarrassing that happened, we would take some chips out, right? And at the end, we were at the very end, you had one chip left. And I said, this is your chip. I'm gonna hold on to it. And I had it on my screen back here. And everything, you know, was around this chip in the casino. And you even called it out in your content. And you said, Phil, you fool. They're not your friends, but you have their memes in your content and all of that. I'm well aware of all that stuff that you said, okay?
Which was true from the beginning. Everyone saw that coming from a mile away. You were a content mill for them.
So, okay,
as you've seen.
Fair enough. Now, I bring this up for a reason, all right? And we're going to explain it in just a moment. But I have one other question for you before I actually show you the briefcase, okay? And the question is this. Okay. Are you familiar with the king snake? The animal?
Nope.
You're not?
Nope.
The king snake is a creature, a snake, that lures other snakes into its den. Dangerous snakes. Snakes that are known to already be predators. Rattlesnakes and others. The king snake uses this trick in order to make those creatures feel safe. And then the king snake surprises those creatures from behind and swallows them whole. The king snake.
Are you swallowing me, Phil?
Oh, hold on. The king snake eats other predators whole after laying a trap. Okay?
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the briefcase. This is Andy and Ashton's briefcase. Because, ladies and gentlemen, today on this podcast, this is not the Level 1 podcast featuring RTU at all. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Level 666 podcast straight out of fucking hell, because today, live on the show, it is time to explain to you how over the last 8 months and the last couple of years, all of my planning has finally come to fruition. I robbed Kino Casino. I'm not kidding. I'm not
How did you rob?
fucking kidding. Everything that you have seen happen, I swear to God, has been part of my plan all along.
And the funny thing about this one too is that even Rich was not believing DSP. And even with a huge rivalry that RTU had with Kino Casino, he didn't go along with this. He told Phil, you're full of shit, you're lying, they used you. And DSP couldn't believe it. He thought Rich would just fall in line and do what he's told. And Rich kept sidetracking him, including when he said, your interviews on Kino Casino seem disingenuous, Phil. DSP, okay, fair enough. And guess what, guys? All those DMs, all the stories, and all the messages about his wife dying or having cancer or potentially cancer, his family members dying or on their last legs, his pets dying or getting sick. It was all lies, just so he can trick Kino Casino into liking him. Think about that. You're making up situations that don't exist of your wife possibly having cancer, which, by the way, Boogie lied about cancer and you did a rant on him. You made up stories about your parents being on their last legs, which, by the way, was not the first time you did it. Also, you could snake Kino Casino and rob them. But remember, this is a Roman Catholic with morals and values. He's not like all those other scammers and grifters. He just makes up stories about his wife and his family members dying. Oh, and also the whole part about her finding religion, that was a lie too. He said everything that he told Kino Casino was a lie to trick them. DSP lied about cancer. And then it wasn't just RTU, it wasn't just the detractors. His own chat and his regulars, his whales, his dolphins, even people that don't support him but are there every day, were not buying it. Just remember, the guy who doesn't know if his computer has a restart button says he did an 8-month-long con, actually 2 years because he said it started after side-scrollers, to rob the Kino Casino. Those two things are not equal there. Then DSP showed off folders that he said he put together ever since he started conning Kino Casino. And this was his evidence, that is right. Selected and cropped DMs to and from the Kino Casino. Now the question is, what was the creation date? So in every folder, it was either March 17th or March 18th, 2025. That is right. So that night, he took off to do his taxes and he begged people, give me money because I have to do my taxes, I have to take the night stream off. He was doing this. He was gathering what he calls his evidence and he lied to his audience yet again. Exactly how are these DMs evidence, Phil? I'm curious about that. Then I put this out. So DSP's big plan was to change who he was to make money and alienate his core audience and make them leave. Then break up with Kino Casino and lose the new whales from Kino. Make that make sense, Phil. Then we have PPP tweets out, flawless victory. And the detractors always say, the biggest detractor of DSP is DSP. You don't have to do a single thing because DSP will do every single hurtful thing to himself. You give him enough time, he'll do enough damage to himself. And then this is an interesting thought I put out. So he broke up with Kino because they made fun of his wife and said he was tired of them insulting her, but he made up a lie about her dying and finding religion. Tell me how that's good Christian moral values, Phil. So yesterday, March 18th, Monday, March 17th, Tuesday, March 18th. And look at the times, 9:25 p.m., 10:51 a.m., 9:25 p.m. How convenient that your 8-month con was just put together the day before, Phil. Also, what he did as well is he grouped everything together in arcs. So It's a Gundam, Medicare, all that stuff, and each one had a date of 3/18 or 3/19. Funny how that works out. Then Lord Diaz, I can't believe RTU is being the voice of reason right now. I do not co-sign RTU. He is still a dent. And he was getting so pissed off, DSP was, that RTU still won't play along. He's still calling him a liar. He's still saying this doesn't make sense, Phil, and calling him dumbass. Then we have Darziak Flow, every detractor watching Phil trying to pull off this lie, and we have Steve of the Dead pulling his hair out. And we have JG Win. RTU is coming off as a rational adult and seeing through DSP's claims of orchestrating some 32D chess against PPP and Andy Warski as his answer to DM drop this Friday. DSP pushing extreme copium. Whoa, buddy. Mr. Ludicrous, when you make RTU look good, it's time to call it a day. And this shows you how much DSP takes things at face value. Someone in chat could tell him something, and it's a fact according to him, even though it's just someone saying it. RTU, you said I was drinking weed seltzers on camera. DSP, you were drinking them, Rich. RTU, I've never drank them in my life. DSP, oh, I didn't know that. And then another whale is gone. This time, one of the remaining Kick whales, Dumpy Koala, says in the Kick chat he unfollowed Phil and is gone. With the exact quote as, you lied about your wife's illness. That's too far. Then we have King Sly. Phil thinks he's owning a casino right now. We all know PPP and Warski were purposely glazing him. So obviously there's gonna be DMs dissing people to gas up Phil. This is the dumbest shit in the world, LOL. And that's exactly what happened. So they were shitting on It's a Gundam because they're trying to set up an interview between It's a Gundam and DSP. And you know DSP won't do anything until he's guaranteed a win, in his mind at least. So they were saying, oh, It's a Gundam shit. We're gonna shit on them. It's okay, it's gonna be a setup. We're gonna set It's a Gundam up. And DSP thought they were being 100% real. And he said on stream, see, they were shit talking It's a Gundam behind his back. And DSP on stream was saying, oh, Kino Casino is shit talking It's a Gundam behind his back, trying to do a wedge in between It's a Gundam and Kino Casino. And he was saying about Medicare and other people, Mudahar, Josh Moon from Kiwi Farms. And he doesn't understand. They were saying whatever they had to say to Phil to get him to do these interviews. But of course, Phil never picks up on anything, especially sarcasm and social cues. But you're telling me that guy did an 8-month con on Kino Casino. And are you ready for this? So every single stream he begs hard for food so his wife doesn't have to cook. And he claims he's only acting when he begs for money for goals to pay for food. So remember that. Anytime he streams and he's begging to hit the goals, come on guys, it's all an act. He's not real. So remember that, Phil, in the future when people start giving you money for the goals. Look at that, 1.3k watching, and DSP so far has only made $15. You know that pisses him off. And we have Darcy to Phil. Let me get this straight. PPP and Andy snake Phil. So Phil's receipts are DMs in which PPP and Andy already explained they were lying to / glaze him. Wow. Then we have Cam, who's a YouTube member. You said you were lying about your family being sick and a pet being sick, but it's the truth now that your wife is sick? Then we have Andy Warski. Tonight's show is gonna rule. Laugh my fucking ass off. And RTU still pushing back. And he doesn't think Phil's very smart. And there's no way he could actually be the secret mastermind. And you know what happens when someone doesn't believe DSP, or talks to him, or about him, or falls out of line? Ban, ban, ban. Gone. Forever.
Warski said right here that Mudahar can't handle the heat of doing it.
These are all nothing burgers. Where is the damning stuff here?
We're gonna go. We're going through a lot of stuff. Relax. Relax. And in here, well, I'm trying to find it. He basically says, I think that, oh, this is Josh Moon. He says that basically the detractors contacted Mudahar en masse, and he thinks that he pussied out because your detractors contacted him. That's what PPP says. Okay?
Screen share that link that I sent you. I want you to explain it to me.
I'm not screen sharing any links. We're not doing any bullshit that you want to do. It's not your show.
Why is you not doing? It's not my show, but you brought me on.
All right. So
I think Phil, I think you thought this is going to be like some like battered wife. Like, yes, let's go. I don't care about the. I really don't give a shit. I don't care about.
Okay. So I guess we'll continue on. Let me go ahead and get rid of this. I tried, everyone. Really, I did. I tried to make it entertaining. That man is not entertaining in any way, shape, or form. I really wanted to give it an honest shake, but he's an idiot. Okay?
And then, as he got more and more into the DMs, he changed the thumbnail to the level 666 podcast. And it's him, Andy, and PPP all burning in hell. And then, in a moment that DSP is gonna regret for a very long time, he called the Kino Casino viewers mentally stunted. That is right. The people that are giving you the most money right now, the most generous people in your streams, you're calling mentally stunted. Then look at the folders he has on here. He has Initial Meet-In, Mudahar, It's a Gundam, Medicare, Endin. But if you notice something, you notice anything about the numbers? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8? What happened to those numbers in between, Phil? What was it that you didn't want to show on camera in those DMs? Maybe there was something that made you look really bad that you don't want to show, Phil. And it's 2 different folders. What could be in those folders? Then we have JG Win. So DSP, are you now admitting that you're lying about your wife's alleged health issues to PPP and Andy? Does that extend to your audience as well? Holy shit, Mr. Raised Roman Catholic, what an irredeemable piece of shit. And now, in the biggest moment of irony, DSP is gonna slam Kino Casino for protecting PDS. You heard that correctly. DSP, the guy who protected DERICH, is gonna slam Kino Casino for what he says are protecting PDFs.
Then there was the pedo arc where apparently it was leaked that these guys had gone on a vacation to Vegas, and in that vacation to Vegas, the person who had financed the entire vacation was one of their followers, and he was a pedophile, and he had been outed. So now it's like, dude, you just like took $100,000 from a pedophile to go to Vegas or whatever. And I didn't know anything about it, but all of a sudden, Andy starts hurriedly sending me all this stuff about this. See? Your detractors in RTU are trying to say I'm a pedo and Snort's new video. Here's the deal. I'm at the end of RTU accusing me he watches the video and exposes it was all bullshit. Everyone's trying to sweep that. Mr. Medicare made an entire video explaining it's all... Like, why would I care about this? He's hurriedly setting me to this like it's important, and I'm like, I don't care. But he's so terrified. You know what I'm saying? That this is going to actually, like, resurface.
Now, Phil, think about this. You're working with somebody, and you found out that potentially they're sweeping for PDFs. And you say, oh, I don't care about that. Think about what that says about you, Phil. But then again, we saw how you tried to protect DERICH. And let's say, for an example, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Let's say this was an 8-month-long con to steal money, to steal viewers from Kino Casino. You now see that they're sweeping for PDFs, and there's PDFs in their community. So instead of saying something, instead of ending things right there, you continue to not say anything, not do anything, and still support them in many different ways while PDFs are running wild over there. So you don't care about PDFs and potentially predators in communities as long as you're making money, Phil. Think about what you just said. Then this is projection 101. DSP's gonna call PPP gay because he tried to have a boys trip with him down in Florida. He was even gonna bring him to Hulk Hogan's hangout and potentially meet Hulk Hogan. Of course, DSP's gonna twist this. To think that PPP was gay for him and wanted a romantic getaway with him.
Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm very embarrassed when I get this because number one, all right, I'm friendly with this man from a work perspective. I'm not necessarily considering this guy a close personal friend or anything. He probably thinks that way because I've been feeding him these lies for months and months about family members and shit to get out of stuff so I don't have to get wrapped into his drama shit that's awful by ideas that aren't gonna work. Okay? So, basically, I'm like, damn, he definitely got, you know, he's lonely. He's got full, I'll be honest, maybe a little bit of gay. I don't know. Again, that's not anything bad if he is gay. I don't know if he is or not. I really don't know his sexual affiliation. I'm not trying to say he's gay, but it's a little weird when someone who you've never spent any time with in real life all of a sudden is offering to fly you across the country, all expenses paid, to a bar in Florida to drink and see Hulk Hogan. I'm like, this is a little gay. Okay? Just being honest. Okay? Now.
And despite him saying he's friends and really good friends with PPP and Andy throughout this 8 months, despite him saying Andy is his gaming soulmate, he now says, I was never friends with PPP and Andy. It was just a business relationship. That sounds really familiar. By the way, PPP, Andy, this is John, this is Howard. They'll be with you under this bus right here, by the way. And then I put this out since he's attacking Kino Casino and their viewers. Oh, Phil, you don't realize how fucked you are attacking Kino Casino and their viewers, lol. Then we have a quote from DSP. I don't have skeletons in the closet. They've been exposed over and over throughout the years. That's a very weird phrasing of that, Phil. But remember, in the past, it was all lies, detractors are making it up, it's slander, it's defamation. But now it's like, oh yeah, it happened, get over it. And then he's talking about his rabbit being sick and doing a guilt trip on PPP, taking my rabbit to the vet first thing in the morning, and looks like I might have to put him down. It just gets worse and worse when you get older. Fuck. Then people kept saying, come on DSP, bring on Ethan Ralph. Which, that is a bad look for you if you bring on Ethan Ralph on your show, Phil, but we'll get into that the next day. DSP said he would have been cool to bring on Ethan Ralph, but he had Discord closed. And of course, I think we know who the co-host of Smart Guys is now. I also love how he said PPP is this disgusting person, but then wants to work with Ralph. And so we have DSP, medical shit, not by choice. I, of course, lie like everything else. PPP, man, that's tough. I always thought that was a deliberate choice on your part. And then DSP, it was until it wasn't. You think you have control of stuff, then you don't. My wife gained a ton of weight out of nowhere. I wonder, Phil, with all those 4 or 5 times a day DoorDashes, and was having crazy serious problems last year. We did a ton of tests and found out it's a combo of her thyroid and ovarian issues. Just remember too, according to Phil, this is all lies. These are situations he made up to trick the Kino Casino. So he's now talking about his wife's medical issues, and wait till we get to the next part. So not only can't we have kids, you were never gonna have kids, Phil, remember? The detractors? She's at extremely high risk of getting cancer at any time. So in this situation where he said, this is a lie, he made it up, he's now thought up and told another person a scenario where his wife is getting cancer and she's high risk of getting it. And her ability to process stuff properly is fucked. That would be the Asperger's. So she just gains weight like nothing. Well, she sits around, plays Skyrim, and has 4 to 5 DoorDashes a day. And she doesn't go anywhere because you don't allow her to. And you only go out 1 day a week. And even then, she doesn't even go out with you most of the time. Because remember, he always says, oh, I had to do errands by myself. So she just gains weight like nothing. She's lost a lot. Like 30 pounds just on diet, I doubt that. And hard work. But she fluctuates and it's not fair. If she were to be on stream with me, 1 week she may look skinny. I doubt that. And then next, way bigger. And people would just shit on her, so we decided against it entirely. There's no way within 7 days she would look skinny and then fat, then skinny, then fat. That doesn't make any sense at all, Phil. Now how the F, why would you censor yourself in these private conversations, Phil? Now how the F would I explain that to the public? Obviously I can't, so I just eat it and shut up and lie and make excuses. Just like everything else, Phil. And then he also said this about Derek. Ban Derek on my live stream. It's sad, man. I don't want to believe this stuff, but I do believe you, and it had to be done. So Derek was just a pawn in your con to rob the Kino Casino? This doesn't make any sense at all, because you would never, if Kino Casino never came along, you would never ban Derek. Because remember, dude, you can't give the detractors a win. And we have Tractor Goose. So DSP's totally legit 4D chess reveals include 1. Fucking with his own reputation and brand appearance for a year as a gotcha for 2 random assholes online. 2. Gladly proven that he always has and always will be an unreliable narrator. Actual retard, laugh my fucking ass off. And then we have Andy Warski tonight on the craziest, not a meme this time, Kino Casino tonight. DSP versus RTU. DSP leaks all DMs. King Snake pretending to be a regard. Flawless victory.
Oh, buddy! This might actually be the craziest episode. I know it's the craziest, the most insane, the wildest, craziest, schizophrenic fucking lunatic asylum. But that's where we're at today. Darkside Phil has lost his mind. He's lost his mind. This is the flawless victory. This is perfect.
His own fans.
This happened better than I could have ever imagined in a million years that it would work out. It's so amazing. It's so perfect.
Or let's explain it real quick for anyone who's missed it.
Darkside Phil's so desperate. He's so desperate to try and battle the casino that he bent the knee and kissed the ring and kissed the ass, the tattooed of his own face ass cheek of Review Tech USA, and brought this guy on after more than a decade of fucking with him. He was that desperate. He thought somehow Rich would take his side. Darkside Phil decided that rather than just be like, look it, these guys are pieces of shit. They got me, they snaked me, and look somewhat sympathetic, decided to give us the most schizophrenic, headcanon, insane nonsense that nobody could believe. He's like, in fact, I was just pretending to be retarded. I'm the Snake King, like the Snake King.
No, even darker than retarded. He faked his
using his wife's illness and his kids. But no, like, thing is, I think he's telling the truth about that stuff to me. And And he's using it, but what he says is he's admitted to using it to manipulate someone. Imagine using your parents' death to lie and manipulate someone, or your wife having cancer, your wife not having health insurance, to lay a pity party. This is what he wants you to believe.
Beyond
because
LOLCOW.
he's
Beyond.
so embarrassed. He's the dirtiest, scummiest guy in the world. Somehow making us look like the good guys after I go, you've got a friend in me. But anyway, like, it's amazing. Review Tech didn't buy his shit for a second.
Review Tech?
Review Tech and Phil's autistic
got a
battle
little dub
for
there.
me.
He got a dub.
We have to give Review Tech a little dub. Because he just wouldn't let Phil lie. He just is like, what?
He could have stayed longer and not been so autistic about the microphone,
It
but
would've been better, bro. The microphone autism was so stupid.
But-
It's so funny.
but he held his ground. He's like, no, you didn't know, Phil. Shut up. Like he's melting, Phil. I can't believe we're giving Review Tech a dub today.
Fucking Darkside Phil confirmed every single thing I said was true.
Yeah, literally.
There's not a single thing that I lied about. Everything was all confirmed to be true. It was the most schizophrenic headcanon and copes you'll ever see in your entire life.
He exposed me
Dump
for
all the DMs. I was never
not
gonna
doing
dump
coke?
the DMs. This is the crazy thing. I wasn't ever gonna drop the DMs. And what Phil doesn't realize is that, you know, if he had just come to me and apologized, we could have done like a kayfabe walk back on the detractors and said this was all a pro wrestling storyline. But he didn't. Thank God he didn't.
Yes.
He actually went all the way and revealed all the different gaslightings that happened. I'm so excited for people to be able to go through it all, line by line, line up the timeline of events, see all the crazy shit that happened. And I didn't have to leak anything.
It's beautiful.
He did it all. It's flawless. I didn't have to press Review Tech's doing our dirty work and our bidding for us. Like, I couldn't have scripted this any better. It's better than what I scripted.
He shows us like fishing him compliments to get him to do a debate with fucking It's a Gundam, Keem, and Mudhar. You're like, oh yeah, they're
up so hard, bro.
Meanwhile, we're in the background talking to them, like getting ready to felt him. Like he literally
By the way, guys,
proved
It's a
everything.
Gundam is still coming on this Friday. We're gonna go
It's a
through
Gundam.
the whole thing, I think, unedited.
Yeah.
We're just gonna watch it and just laugh. And then on Friday, when all the DMs have been sorted through and we have the funniest ones.
And funniest
we'll
clips
go
also.
It's a Gundam. We'll go through some of the funniest Phil moments. I think this is it for Phil. I think he's totally snapped. I think even his own fans, as dented as they are like, what's wrong with this guy?
Hey, don't ever become a private eye, Phil. Like they're like saying this to him. They're like,
man.
nothing. He had the chips for us right at the starting in the briefcase. Didn't take out a single chip.
Bro, he had the Gooner case.
Yeah,
Bro, he had the
shirtless.
Gooner case. He had this secret case of us shirtless, which I guess he was jerking off to in his spare time. But yeah, he wasn't even able to do his whole gesture of giving the last chip back to Review Tech or taking our chips. It was such a train wreck disaster. It's just amazing, and I still don't even think he's done ruining. He's still live ruining his own life right now.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's bad for him. Great for the community.
I love this shit. I love this shit.
This is what I live for.
The final boss took Phil's sanity, took Phil's soul. We got an amazing casino tonight. 8:30
Beyond
PM.
amazing.
You don't want to miss it. Only on Kick.
And DSP said, Kino Casino never had any good ideas. They were all bullshit. His idea was to have a show where he felt the detractors. And that's what he expected with Kino Casino. So what DSP wanted is a bodyguard. He wanted a mafia. He wanted people to run ops, just like Superhound runs ops on Twitter and YouTube and stuff. He wanted Kino Casino to go after all his detractors. This is where it gets really dark. This is where it absolutely is disgusted, even more than the wife thing. Because at least with the wife thing, he said she's at extreme risk of getting cancer and did tests and stuff. and it proved that she didn't have cancer, even though in that scenario, they thought she had cancer so they had to do tests. In this one, it's about his parents. So we have DSP. Well, please do not share this info. Yesterday, I spoke with my parents, and my mom is on her last legs health-wise, with doctors giving her less than a year to live. She basically begged me to find time to travel back to Connecticut by the end of the year, so we could spend time together one last time. But that stupid fucking real ID shit I told you about goes into effect May 7th. I looked into it and all of the license departments are in a massive backlog because everyone is rushing to get this before that date. I'm gonna call them tomorrow because they will finally be open after the weekend. Remember, he lied about this. According to Phil, he made all this up to gain Kino Casino's trust. But chances are my wife and I are now going to take a completely unplanned / unscheduled trip to Connecticut, likely in late April. This also means finding a way to have our pets taken care of, so we'll likely have to pay top dollar for a highly rated pet sitter, because we have 4 and they all need daily care. So all of this just dumped on us yesterday, and it looks like our next couple of months are going to be incredibly stressful, and that's even if my mom's health holds out. So yeah, this fucking sucks. What a scumbag. And he said he made this up. Phil himself said he made this up to gain their trust. The fact that you're lying about your parents dying a second time is absolutely disgusting, and saying that she has less than a year to live. If there's anyone who supports DSP and you think this is fine, you need to be locked up. You need to be in a padded cell. This is not normal. And then this was absolutely unbelievable, but believable at the same time. So PPP had to guide Phil about using VPNs. And you know what the biggest takeaway from DSP using the VPN is he went to all the websites around the internet under different countries to look at the ads. Hours and hours just looking at ads from different countries like Turkey and Canada and England and Australia. That's sociopath behavior right there. And then DSP goes on to say, PPP wanted to do smart guys to make money because he's greedy. And what Phil doesn't understand still, and PPP has said this on the air straight out, the whole reason for smart guys is to fuck with Phil and content farm him. He said it straight out. He didn't hint at it. He straight out said the whole point is to fuck with Phil. And Phil still doesn't understand that. Then we have this from DH1. How does they're mean and they're gay for me prove that you planned this all along? Yeah, every time Phil says he has evidence, it's just trust me, bro. Don't trust anyone else, just trust me, bro. And then DSP loses a dolphin. Bloomkit, who's there every stream, constant super chats. DSP Gaming, yeah, I can't do it anymore, Phil. I wish you the best. But this whole Kino thing has completely blown up in your face and you can't even take the L gracefully. Thanks for all the laughs. Then we see DSP in the Wolverine meme, and he's looking at the topless pics of Andy and Ashton, and then goes on a rant about how he's not gonna be a shill by getting sponsorships. However, at the same time, he'll lie about his wife having cancer and his parents on their last legs. Great Roman Catholic values and morals. And then he still defended Derek to this day. And he says Derek is an alleged PDF. Says Kino Casino made him, DSP, the villain in that case and forced him to do it. And also remember, this is after that video of him saying Kino Casino was sweeping for pedophiles. And then this is one of his ideas about going after the trolls. Also, after we do a bunch more content together, just an idea. How about we actually do a special event where we go after my trolls? Duty, Memology, Kevin, etc. are the ones we're farming for season now, but the ultimate payoff will be felt in them one by one down the road. No doxing like Rich tried, but instead just exposing them all. I've literally not watched any of their content, so again would be a straight man, well I doubt that, with an honest reaction to all of it, just like with Rich. Then apparently someone donated Assassin's Creed Shadows, and the reason for it is because he hasn't played anything on PS5 Pro in a long time. Okay there Phil, I'm pretty sure it was Phil Burnell that donated to DSPGAMING. And then after RTU got kicked out of the interview, he started up his own stream, and he's already $620. And now that he's done the drama, he wants to move on. He's now getting mad at people bringing up things from his DM drop that he just released so everyone can read it. You can read it, but don't say anything to DSP about it, otherwise he's gonna be mad, dude. Then this is DSP talking about the side-scroller's interview to PPP. I guess so. Then instead of doing stuff with his family, which he said he had to do, hence keeping the interview to 90 minutes, he instead went live and got contributions from my detractors for hours. Pretty insane. You know, I'm really tired of the one-sided bullshit. For over a year, Craig repeatedly treated me like shit to get money from my detractors. I have him on the show, and I'm totally respectful to him, and point out how bad his treatment of me was. Even though he kept lying to him hour after hour after hour. He responds by belittling it all and tells me to go fuck myself. So I gaslit him into thinking I want to be on his show. I tell him to fuck off and hang up. Now people are saying I'm the villain in the comments, lol. Did they miss the 1.5 years of him treating me like shit? These people are something else. Then we have this one at 1:53 AM. I appreciate you, even Karen, and writing me these DMs. So many morons think we hate each other. It's great comedy for sure. Now how many times has DSP said, I don't read Kiwi Farms. I never did, never will. It's the bottom of the barrel. If you bring up Kiwi Farms, you're banned. So this is from 2:19 AM. I just read Kiwi Farms, lol. They think I'm upset you guys are ghosting me, and you haven't talked to me at all in the last month. We're gonna crush their tiny nuts when you guys are back. So this is when they went on their vacation. Ralph is supposed to do some big show about me in the next few days. And this is gonna be perfect for the idea I had. If you guys are still down for it, way bigger than Rich I think, because this one's a long time coming. And your Kino theme is just right for the Gunbusters collab. That's when he put on the Ghostbusters outfit, and he was boring as hell and they had to cut it short. Then we have Based L for Real, $5 super chat. We still support you after all that. But please stop lying to chat. Is your mom okay? Does Cat have cancer? You told us Cat was sick last week. Is she okay? And despite all the drama, despite him exposing Kino Casino and dropping the DMs, the money was not coming in. His whales were leaving, his dolphins were leaving, his attendance was going down. And you know what happens when he doesn't get the money? He starts begging hard, and he says, can we just hit the goal now? And he also said how other creators use their audiences as ATMs, and he's not like that. He doesn't care about the money. He just wants to have fun and positive times. And now that all the exposing is done, he says, I'm done with the drama. I don't need drama in my content. And then he was laughing about people having to flip burgers or sell shoes. It'd be quite funny if he loses everything and he has to flip burgers or sell shoes. Remember when he said, I don't treat my audience like other creators. I don't use them as ATMs. Well, here's another quote from DSP. Hitting the goal is all I care about. Then we have this here where he's worried about money. 1:40 AM. I have no idea. My viewers are already given everything they can, I feel. Your viewers are more plentiful and generous. I mean, out of the $500 last week, something like $300 was kick subs, and those are all you. Dark Sneed Pimp hasn't been seen in weeks and gifted 50 subs last minute. Remember when he says, I don't stalk my supporters. I don't see what they're doing. I only care about what's going on the stream. Now he's saying, hey, what's going on? Why isn't Dark Sneed Pimp been giving me money? He's been gone for weeks. What's going on? And now he says, if you bring up drama in the chat, you will be banned. Then he says, guess we're not hitting the goal. Points to the leaderboard, shakes his head, then says, hopefully we can hit it tonight. And he won't leave. Despite the drama, despite everything going on, he's still not hitting the goal. And he's stalling for OT, hoping someone just gives him the magical number to hit the goal. Then we have this about smart guys. But Ashton, how can we do that and possibly keep up my detractors' narrative that you guys secretly hate me and are only milking me for content? The mystique would be gone. Of course I'm joking. I wish we could milk my detractors endlessly. If you actually think that could make us money, let's do it. If not, I'm down for the wrestling show in 2025. I just want to make content and have fun. You are a lot of fun to hang out with, so I think the show would work. I also really appreciate that you give me all the profits. I stream it only on Kick, so hopefully there would be some crossover there. Now remember, according to Phil, this is all lies, tricks to snake the casino and rob it. DSP, 2:47 AM. Cat needs to see a doctor and is on a lot of meds, and it costs us a ton, even with insurance. Because of this, I do not go to the doctor unless I absolutely have to. I've not seen a doctor since 2015, holy crap. I'm lucky because I'm not sick. Now imagine the average American who likely just sits at home sick and eventually dies because they can't afford the treatment. The system is grim and horrific. And people say fucked up stuff like, I blew all my money on mobile games. I mean, I did spend a ton, but I've spent way more on medical stuff for my wife. But I'm not gonna fucking tell anyone that. And then he had the dumb idea. Remember, he said all Kino Casino's ideas were fucking stupid? And his ideas were great. So his other idea was to do a sim match where the computer controls the wrestlers in a Royal Rumble and they do commentary over it. You are a dumbass, Phil. Then we have Broside Phil, who points out a king snake does not lure in predators. And at the bottom, disguises their movement and body outline when they are fleeing from a predator, helping them to avoid being caught. Begging for money because the goal is not hit. It's funny how the drama used to bring in the money, but now looks like it dried up. Supporters are leaving, whales are leaving, dolphins are leaving. Everyone's leaving this abandoned ship.
Alright. Still got like 15-20 minutes left, and we are at 132, guys. Can we just hit the goal and get it over with? I don't have to bring it up again, seriously. We're this close. You know we're gonna hit it. It's just a question of, can we just do it now? So that we can just chill for the next 15-20 minutes? Come on, who's gonna do it? I would say someone on Kick would be great, because Kick today we had like 1 sub, right? That was it. So we can get another sub, that'd be great. I know for a fact that people now that I'm done with this will be back for gameplay, because that's what they're here for. A lot of people were probably like, oh, why is he doing this today, right? I think now you see my intention, what it was all gonna be to begin with. But it certainly didn't. It could have been better. It didn't go as well because of RTU not buying in, which was really stupid, to be honest. It should have been much better, but he kind of stunk it up. What can I say? I gave the guy a shot. No one can say now that I didn't extend the olive branch and give the guy the shot, right? He blew it. It could have been an epic piece of content we could have made together, but, you know. So instead I had to do it solo. And, you know, it is what it is. But it's out of the way now, and now that's it. I'm done. Like I said, I don't give 2 shits about what these people say or do. I'm just going to hang out and play games and have fun with you guys every day. I don't want to hear any of this crap. I don't want to hear any of this crap about drama or anything. Zenith says I'll drop 20 subs if you bring on Ralph. Again, Zenith, I have to talk to Ralph to figure this out. Alright? Already, like, I'm already... There's a few people who've contacted me about being a host for Smart Guys, just with this going on today, so you guys didn't know this was going on today. With this going on today, I wanted this out of the way. Alright? Now, perhaps, would be the time I could, you know, maybe next week I could talk about it and see what we could do there. To be honest, Zenith, I would just like 4 subs so we can hit the goal. We count another one towards the goal is all I care about. And again, as you can see, I literally do better on normal streams that aren't drama than drama. Can you not see that? This entire stream has been bullshit drama. And look at how I've done. We didn't hit the goal yet, right? I'm playing Suikoden. I'm playing freaking Pirate Yakuza, and I hit the goal. But I don't hit the goal doing drama because no one cares about drama in my community. We're so past and done with it. Don't want to do it. And that's what the point I keep making. If I go drama, I lose this community of people that I have built from the ground up for 17 years. I don't want to lose all those people. I care about those people who have the same like mind as me about gaming and fun. A lot of people aren't like that. Some people, they see their viewers and their fan base as just a cash machine. And they're disposable, and I don't care. I don't see it that way. You guys have supported me through thick and thin all these years. I don't want to lose you guys because I go too far to that side. And that's what it was dangerous ground that I treaded in the fall. And I feel like I course corrected properly at the right time. And those guys didn't feel that way. They were very upset with me, you know. Usagi Jojo, but here's the thing. Is I should have just done gameplay today. If I did, they would have leaked stuff and selectively done it to make me look awful and try to just again destroy me. Now they can't do that. Now, can they still talk shit? Can they still insult? Yes. They can. Can they, you know, be nasty? Yes. But that stuff, they can't do shit with. It's all out there. I already talked about it. It's done. All right? I'm sure they'll continue with the harassment like they have because they're so upset that I cut ties because they basically wanted to change me and I didn't want to do it. But outside of that, it had to be done. Something had to be done. I couldn't just sit here and do nothing endlessly. It would have ended very annoyingly again. It would have been another side scrollers where everyone's like, oh my god, now you gotta lay low again for 17 years. You know what I mean? I got a $2 tip.
Then we have this at 2:12 a.m. on Christmas. So this is 2 hours after it officially became Christmas. Merry Christmas, bro! And DSP was happy when Trump became president because, in his words, the beast was unleashed. And he said, okay, so I totally know what you're doing now. You wanted me to talk about politics, and now I did. And now the beast is unleashed, lol. I just needed Trump to win, so I wouldn't get murdered by a mob. And shit, man, the entire US government will now be Republican. This clean sweep means a lot, because I'm not on Twitch anymore, lol. You guys gave me my confidence back. And now this happened. It's like a perfect storm. Thank you. I know you were pretty much intending this. Now I need to figure out how to make it work without isolating and pissing off my longtime gaming fanbase. PPP is huge. DSP, lol, you madman. Hope you guys made out big today with money. I got my usual take from my normal streams, and I'm happy. By the way, my wife is Republican, ha ha ha. And then this is where he asked PPP to schedule it so they're not on the air together for his political show and Kino Casino. Hey, so I'm gonna start doing once a week Kick exclusive late stream about politics. Just announced it today on my podcast. However, I do not want it to take place at the same time as your show and split our audience. That is right, our audience. No, Phil, that's their audience. In any way. So wanted to run it by you and ask you if you know which days in the coming weeks you guys will be streaming. FYI, I'm sending the same message to both of you so you both know. Hey, I'm setting my DS Politics show for Thursday and hope it doesn't step on your toes or hurt your viewership in any way. That is right, he thinks he's gonna take viewers away from Kino Casino because he says, don't step on your toes or hurt your viewership in any way. He thinks he can pull Kino Casino viewers away from them for his political show. And PPP, that will work just fine. And the money was still not coming in. And he's sitting in silence waiting for money to show up and starts banning people. This is his content this night. Then we have this message, 3:07 a.m. DSP talking about the detractors. I love that they now say I'm spending too much money on my business when it's always that I was blowing all my cash on mobile games before. Not that I was broke because I had no credit, because my bankruptcy and my wife's medical bills in addition to the mobile spending, but nobody cares about reality, just the memes. And then Iron Chef Sakai dropping 25 gifted kick subs on Kino Casino. Now this is DSP talking about Raw Phil. These fuckers stream my stuff at the same time I do. They can try to claim my on-demand uploads and say they were the original uploaded. YouTube is run by automation and is too dumb to know they stole it and will grant the claims. The reason I'm still alive while Wings had to delete his entire video history is because I don't issue copyright claims at all. I honestly don't know if they try to hit me non-stop or not, but the few times I try to do what's within my rights, I immediately got hit with false claims. That's why I haven't taken further action against Raw Phil channel. If I was rich, I would hire a lawyer and they would have a direct line to YouTube on this. So if things keep going well, maybe I will crush them. Hear that? Hear that? If things go well, you keep giving me money, I can start suing the trolls. But for now, the copyright claims game is a bad move since the detractors have shown that they just break the law and do not care. Then we have Baldo, who shows River Rejection and Cat side by side and says, holy shit, you're right, Cat Rejection, where River Rejection is just a skinny cat. Then we see DSP holding up the picture of shirtless Andy and PPP with his jerk-off face, and then Duty. In the 7.5 months of the Kino arc, DSP messaged PPP a total of 179 out of the 220-ish days. He spent more time with PPP than Cat. Totally not stalking a person, totally not gay. Then this is when he was talking about Broside Phil after the interview. FYI, the detective thing is true. Broside Phil is wrong and made it up. I have the actual info of the woman I worked with, but I'm not going to give the info to detractors to harass her, and I guarantee she would lie to cover her ass regardless. It's just human nature to do so, despite what Broside was saying about honor, etc. It's all just bullshit, lol. Then we have Begs Bunny gifting 50 DSP Gaming memberships. Then DSP had a $25 tip frozen, and he won't count it. Of course, what he does is, if support gets really low, he'll count it no matter what. Then DSP talking about how the detractors ruined him and stole his money. I used to make more money than you guys. They literally destroyed me by committing crimes unchecked for 10 years. I lost 40% of my revenue overnight when they hit me with the first wave of false claims in 2015. Then I lost all my viewership boost when I was removed from the YouTube algorithm. They crushed me, and nobody, including my partnership network Machinima or YouTube, saw it coming. The internet is still the fucking Wild West. Then we have duty streams like $2,500 for a gaming PC, DSP.
I want to get something back. Or if you start getting insanely ridiculous over-the-top offers, like a piece of equipment for my setup, I get. The moment someone's like, hey, you know, could I donate an insane amount of over-the-top money, or could we fly out together to go on a trip together somewhere? No, that's the red flag. All right? No one. All right? No one does that. Who's right in the mind? No one's gonna say, hey man, I wanna fly out and have a whole vacation with these content creators. I'm gonna pay their way. That's fucking bizarre behavior. And that's why when he offered that to me to go to Florida, that's bizarre behavior. That's not normal. This wasn't, you know, we're constant co-workers, and we're best buds or related, you know, old friends. You don't just throw that shit off there. That's more weird than anything else. Creepy shit.
And then even his chat was pointing out that he cannot win any drama. DSP could get felted by Chris Chan at this point. And then Kino Casino started streaming with 5.6k viewers and DSP at 94. Then Darziak, the person that's helping DSP with all his tech issues, put this out on Twitter. My PC was close to being on fire. The sensor on my CPU cooler was staying locked on 22 Celsius. I didn't notice till I smelled burning and suddenly the fans were going 100%. I'm glad the failsafe kicked in. Now DSP's gonna say he never said his wife has cancer. He said she could have it, dunce, even though it's an entire situation that you created in your mind where his wife potentially has cancer and you told to another person in order to snake them. Think about how sick that is, Phil.
You complete and utter dunce. If anyone wants to come into my chat and absolutely lie about stuff like, oh, Phil lied and said that his wife has cancer and stuff, that literally never happened. Never happened. You're a liar and you will be permanently banned and you will not be spoken of or missed ever again. That is an utter detestable lie. It's the complete opposite of what actually happened. I have been denying that anything like that has ever happened. That is a complete and utter lie. Why on earth would you say that? It's completely the opposite. I released the DMs in which it says the opposite. It's in black and white. It literally says in those DMs that didn't happen. No, she doesn't have that. What are you talking about? That's insanity what you're saying.
Then apparently, on this day, we had Season 2 release, Episode 1 of Lucero Familia DSP. Go check it out. And despite him begging and doing drama, he only got to $134. Sad, so sad. So that's 2 streams in a row. He did drama and failed to hit the goal. And Duty points out, he had about 500 concurrent viewers. Raw Phil had 1,500, and that being said, had over 3,000. And you wonder why he hates restreamers. Then he goes on this big rant at 12:30 a.m. about how no one takes him serious. He used to have a lot of clout back in the day, and then goes off and on a blah 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 blah. And then this is last message from Iron Chef Sakai before he got banned on YouTube. Braided ropes generally offer better strength. And look at that face. That is a face of a man that loves his life, loves his job, and loves his family. And on the night stream, he only had 207 people watching. Remember, this follows after he did the big drama stuff with Kino Casino and exposing how he robbed the casino. And then Kino revealed they tried to get more collabs, but people hated Phil because he was irrelevant and toxic. Hey, so let's see what Kino Casino had to say about Phil on this night.
You know, I don't know, guys. Should we just nuke Phil? Should we just be like the most dirty, dastardly, despicable snakes and just like expose all of his shit?
That's not an uncut, right?
Well, he didn't show that on his live stream because it makes him look insane.
But he leaked
But
it?
he actually did leak this. Yeah, he leaked all of. That's how we're looking at it. We didn't leak it.
That's insane.
Yeah, he redacted it.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
And I said, I want to try to actually get over on one of these people who's one of these content creators who's constantly a misery broker. And I know you've heard
Now,
me say
this
that
is what's so funny is he talks about misery merchants and misery brokers, but he attached himself to us. And we are misery brokers. We are misery merchants.
Yep.
Our best days are people's worst days. And this is one of Phil's worst days. And so it's one of our best days. Dark side Phil, you completely contaminated your entire soul and legacy by becoming the bitch of misery merchants. And you didn't even do it for the bonus that Keemstar gave you of $50,000 and being on LOLCOW. You did it for free, Phil. You did it for free. So don't sit here and try and be moral. I'm against the misery merchants and the misery brokers. If Darkside Phil thought that he could be consistently profitable being a misery merchant, he absolutely would in a heartbeat. This guy would do anything for money, as we demonstrated throughout this entire arc. And so it's just pathetic. And everybody can see that this is nonsense.
But everything that we miss, plus extended DMs that he cut out because he's embarrassed, will be read with It's a Gundam on Friday, including funny clip. And by the way, DM me at Andy Warski if you have any funny, fucking amazing videos. Favorites.
Yes, your favorite DSP videos and moments over the years, your favorite DMs from the DMs that have been leaked. Send them all in.
Yeah, our links are down there.
It's gonna be what Ralph wanted. He said he was gonna do the Fuck Phil Festival. Although, we might do a real Fuck Phil Festival in the future and get all the detractors in.
Oh shit, we can get. Let's go.
It might be time to get them all.
Oh, who's down? Oh, what's that podcast that talks about
That
him?
Being Said
That
podcast.
Being said? No, they made me laugh today.
Oh, I was dying laughing. I was
Shout
dying
out That Being Said.
laughing.
Yeah.
I can't seem to boost the Discord audio. I don't know how that works.
And he didn't sell it. He did
Well,
not sell
the
it.
guy admitted to me behind the scenes multiple times that it was still him. And on one of our last Discord calls that we had, he straight up out and out told me that he was down from the rafters.
How much did he spend on the whole, total, you think?
I think it was 80,000 or more.
That's so pathetic, dude. That's a down
at
payment for
one
a
point,
house.
no, but
And it looks like the dislikes are coming back. 446 dislikes for Phil's stream, compared to 360 thumbs up. And DSP's now gonna say, despite him being on YouTube, his content's on YouTube, everything's on YouTube, he's not a YouTuber, dude.
And by the way, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a content creator, an internet content creator, because I'm not just on YouTube. I'd be a YouTuber only if I were only on YouTube, but I'm not. I have diversified content for many different audiences. Right. Even I couldn't get through that one and not laugh.
And of course, DSP has an idea. How to get money, how to get people to support. You ready for this? It's bounty time, dudes. That is right. He wants to bring back bounties in Call of Duty, because they worked so well before.
So how about this? How about some bounties tonight? Man, we haven't done bounties in Call of Duty in months. How about a bounty that if you guys challenge me to get a certain amount of kills, let's say with the melee weapon, let's say Splinter's bow staff, and if I do it, then you guys will contribute or something like that. Like I'll gift one sub if Phil gets, 20 kills, something like that. That would be cool. Something to strive for, something to try to reach, as opposed to just, just doing my best. Because, man, I've done really good recently in this, for sure, right? I've done really good in this game recently.
And despite the expose on Kino Casino, DSP's done with the drama, so please support now.
All right, guys, this really is the final match of the night now, all right? After this, I got to get out of here. If you can support, please do. If not, it was still a decent support day. I want you to understand that. I'm sorry for the very, very frustrating drama. As I told you, there ain't going to be any more. I'm done with it. So that from now on, it's just gonna be just like we were doing there for a while, with fun gameplay and no nonsense. And again, I apologize that it got derailed.
We've taken the lead. Stay on task.
Then for Call of Duty, he got a total of $94. So sad. And $20 of that came from Super Chats. Then DSP turned off the stream, but he was not done. He was sitting in Kick Chat. And someone says, it seems that Phil pissed off some of the whales. DSP, when? We don't always hit the goal for Call of Duty, FYI. It's like 50-50. Then apparently Kino Casino wants Lex on to discuss DSP. Apparently Kat found out that DSP did the interview with Stephen Cambion, and he says this. Go in the interview and basically called me stupid for falling for it. Kat said DSP is stupid. I knew it was staged, but it's kinda hard to explain all that to her when she's angry. So I ate shit all day. I think we're gonna figure this out long term, and it will work for everyone, now that we're being honest with each other. Then says, if I've known what it was gonna be, I would have told her it wasn't serious, but instead, she heard me talking on the podcast, and then found the interview herself, which means she probably went to a detractor channel, and if you're watching, hi Fat Cat, and then watched the interview, and listened to what other people said about it. It's another layer of stuff to deal with when you're married, man. And by the way, don't let this discourage you from getting married, because overall, I'm way happier now than I ever was before. But it's a different thing to have to deal with. So knowing the full deal going forward will be very much appreciated and will make us more successful. I at least think. Then on the daily wrap, DSP's gonna say he was forced into this, but at the same time, he planned for this. So which is it, Phil?
Today, there was a podcast that was a special show with an appearance from RTU, but what it became was me actually kind of exposing all this stuff that had happened between myself and Kino Casino, only because they forced me to do so because they were making awful threats and saying terrible things, so I had to do it, okay? Literally didn't want to. Wish I could have just had a normal day, but there it is. If you want to watch the arc...
Then apparently Lex was in Kino Casino's chat, and she says, hi, tell DSP to 1v1 me, of course in Call of Duty. And that brings us to Thursday. We're gonna see the fallout to what happened yesterday. And we start off with Darziak. Yes, that Darziak, Dragon Boy. It looks like he is gone, at least for now. As Otter points out, generally interested in what Darziak and River Rejection think of DSP now. And Darziak replies with, I don't care anymore. Peace. And then Darziak posts this out of a Kit Kat break-in, and he says, time for me too, implying that he's gonna take a break from DSP. Then we have DSP in the YouTube chat. Good morning. Gonna restart the PC to freshen it up. Be right back. And look at that, right away. Tech issues, his camera's freezing. It's almost like he bought a lemon fill and plugged everything into it at the same time. And would you look at that, on time? Of course not. DSP is late, yet again. And he opens up the pre-stream, begging for $300 that he needs to hit the reward so his wife doesn't have to cook and he can try British food. And look what he's wearing. It's his version of the Chris Chan sweater. Then a quote from DSP. I'm living my life and actually enjoying my life and having a good time. And making a living doing it. Then DSP says we should go over the schedule. And we have Ed Williamson put the fries in the bag. And again, he knows Kino viewers are leaving, supporters are leaving, whales are leaving, dolphins are leaving, everyone's leaving. So he needs to reinforce that people need to support him. And over throughout the whole pre-stream, talking about money and getting momentum back, because he hasn't hit the goal in a very long time, dude. And it was announced. Now DSP is verified on Kick. However, he won't stream exclusive on Kick, because apparently Kick pays hourly, but he has to only stream on Kick for that. And he doesn't want to lose all those YouTube viewers. And he also says he's not doing drama content anymore, because detractors won't support the drama content. And then he used yesterday how he didn't make either goal as an example of why drama doesn't work on his channel, dude. Then apparently DSP was mentioned on Deadlock.
I need that money, Rock. I really do, to pay my bills. The electric bill, the internet bill, the incredible
What is
What's happening? What is this fucking?
Imagine Stone Cold cutting his promo. I need that money, Rock. I really do. To pay my bills. Hear that bill? Electric bill? Oh my god, no.
The incredible amount of games I'll be playing.
It's a common name, you know.
Oh, okay, right.
I
It's
need
like
that
Dick
money.
Johnson.
I need that money to pay my bills.
And despite all the hardcore begging, at the end of the pre-stream, he only had $28. Man, this is pre-Kino written all over it. Then it was announced by Ethan Ralph himself in a Twitter comment where someone says pigs of a sty fall together. He's not gonna have you on, bud, talking about DSP having Ethan Ralph on. And Ethan Ralph replies with, actually, looks like we're gonna do a week of the wrestling show and see how it goes. Does that make you angry? I won't lose sleep over it either way, but it sounds fun to me. And before DSP can say anything, Ralph tweets out this picture of Smart Guys and says the collab is happening. DSP plus Ralph, Smart Guys, live, March 27th at 10 PM. Don't miss it, live on YouTube. Then I put this out. So DSP's answer to no drama is to work with a drunk pillhead who had to flee the country because he raped and beat women. He also blew weed in his kid's face, among other things. DSP always chooses the wrong choice every time, lol. Also me. Now with Ethan Ralph on Smart Guys, there'll be someone for Jay to talk to and understand. Then Divine Tiger, I think this is Timbo, I could be wrong though. That shirt makes you look so cute. Makes me want to cheat on my wife. I doubt you have a wife. Then announces the next holiday I'll be celebrating is my birthday. That is sad on many different levels. One, it's not a holiday, and the fact that you think it's a holiday speaks volumes about your mentality. And the fact that you're 43 years old, celebrating your birthday on stream with Jade and Slayer and all them, while your wife is downstairs alone, tells you what a great husband you are, and a man-child. Then look at that. That is a face of a man that loves his life, loves his job, and loves his career. Okay, so he played Assassin's Creed Shadows. Let's see how well that went for DSP.
A beautiful place, isn't it? The fresh sea breeze, the warm sun. This beach belongs just to you. It doesn't exist out in the world. Everything you see here is from the past, your past. One of your ancestors visited.
This is great that the cutscene's still 30 frames.
Writing their memory into the fabric of your DNA.
Don't even try to like do a cutscene in 60 frames, no effort.
Unlocks these genetic memories for you. To sense.
Why are they even? Hold on. Can we pause this? No. Why do they even bother with the Animus? The Animus doesn't even matter anymore, right? It's not even part of the plot, so why are we even talking about the Animus anymore? Who cares about the Animus? Just let me play the game.
Your journey of mindfulness begins through these ancestral memories for a total perspective on what makes you you.
New memory streams are activating now.
Great, my controller's talking, by the way.
Fear and weakness. Give yourself the confidence to conquer the world.
We will be in touch. Welcome to the dark.
I don't know why they can't animate cutscenes at 60 frames. They could, it just would take more effort. So there we are. So what they're showing you is, look, the different time periods, the different things that you've done in the various games. Fuck. Wait, why would you go prone if you could just run? No, really. Why would I try to sneak here? What the fuck was that? What just happened? Something exploded. I have no clue. There was an explosion out of nowhere. I didn't even know they had those. Hold on. Before we continue, I just have to say how disappointed I am that they went with that kind of soundtrack for the ninjas instead of full-on mumble rap like most other things do today. Like you say, ninja stand a ninja coming, ninja roll, ninja gonna fuck your ass and ninja gonna slash your balls. Or they could have done the female version. Ninja, can you feel your ninja flipping shit? Ninja gonna chop your dick. Ninja gonna chop your dick. They could have went that way. But instead they went with the rock and roll. All right? So I'm kind of disappointed.
Answer me. This is not my blood.
States of Japan, they're about to embark upon a path that will shape the fate of the nation. No, they're not. It's bullshit. All right, normal difficulty. We don't want any of this other. We'll just leave it all on normal, whatever the default experience is. Okay.
Memories come to us in fragments. You relive a jigsaw of experiences and emotions. Some memories are soothing and familiar.
Yep, this is her basic ninja training, how she learned the shinobi ways. Oh, it's gonna hurt. He's gonna swing it up and strike them right in their balls. Kind of like in Casino Royale. You ever saw that?
Why have you stopped?
The way of the ninja. This is the official ninja song. Nice. This is the ninja soundtrack for all ninjas worldwide, if you didn't know. Hit him with the smoking gas, stealth out of the sky, swinging all your fucking shit. Hit him in the balls now, yeah. It's the ninja way. Ninja's coming for you, motherfucker, yeah. Ninjas unite, ninjas kick your ass. Ninja! Ouch, that hurt.
Lost, are you? Iga should have surrendered.
Oh boy. Ninja shit!
Does not know surrender.
Do you like ninjas? I know I do, especially with rock and roll in the background, yeah. Ninja fucking stuff. Suck on this ninja. Ninja combo time. Ninja flourish. Ninja spin, ninja kick, ninja mash that shit. Her first kill in combat. Oh! Amazing.
Good view from here.
Fuck, I scared it. Oh, shit. I was supposed to paint it, I think. But I scared the bird, so now I can't do it. It's fucking shit. Fucking scared the fucking bird. Now I can't do it now. Motherfucking bird the bird. Fuck. I really wanted to paint that bird. I didn't understand what was going on at first. I can't move. What is going on? What is going on with this game? Why is it so hard to travel? I like the graphics, but why is it so hard to even like move around? The way they designed it. I just want to get to the waypoint. It seems like they put it insanely far away. You have to climb like a ton. Jeez, this might take... I don't know if I'm going to hit this waypoint by the end of the stream. I only have like 10-15 minutes left. I don't know if we can make it realistically. Here, let's see what this question mark is. Excuse me. AMS says, do you think they have to be played in chronological order to understand the story as a whole? Probably not. If you mean it's the Assassin's Creed games, no, they don't even matter anymore. There is no overlapping story of Assassin's Creed anymore. They got rid of it. That was the thing everyone liked, and they got rid of it because they ran it to the ground and fucked it up. Another one of these? Guess what? We're doing another side mission right now. We found it. Look. Yeah, we found a shrine. Okay, this is a little different.
A place to remember.
I don't care what they're doing. I had a mission. Find the heirloom scroll. Where is it hiding? Where could it be now? Where is the heirloom scroll? What are they talking about? What's going on? Fuck you, fancy flippy shit. Who are these guys? Why did I just murder people out of nowhere? I'm confused, but okay. So I'm here, but there's no map, so how do I tell what I'm supposed to do? Oh no, it still said 3. Find the heirloom scroll. Is it in here, in this building? I am very confused. Is it further up here? There's no way to tell. Did you find the heirloom scroll? Gotta finish mission. Out of my way while I mash the fucking button. I don't know, I'm assuming just follow the enemies, but I don't know. Am I going the right way? How the fuck do I know if I'm doing the right thing here? I have no idea if I'm doing the right thing. Am I going the right way? No, I'm in a graveyard. That's not it. See? Dude, this game is stupid. How am I supposed to know what I'm supposed to be doing right now? There's no way to know what I'm doing. Look, I'm scanning now. There's a guy there. Where's the fucking scroll? Jeez, that was brutal. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm fighting these guys. He said to walk over here, so I did. He's like, find the scroll. Where? Where the fuck is it? There's no map. There's no map right now. So, because I can't see a map where they want me to go. Like, I have no fucking clue what's going on. What am I supposed to do? How do I get the scroll? Is it this way? Is it not? How am I supposed to fucking know? This is awful. Is it here? No. Where is it? How do I know where the scroll is? Dude, this is terrible. Yeah, exactly. Keep following the trails, Demolition Daddy. I don't know, and I'm out of time. Find Matsu's heirloom scroll. How the fuck do I know where it is? Look, here I'm using the mode. Nothing. I see nothing. There's no indication where it could possibly be. Could it be up the building? Why would it be on the rooftop? How the fuck would I know? Ice Spice or whatever that. My name is some stupid rapper's name. All these rappers now that are like internet rappers, they have the dumbest names ever. You know, like Cotton G or something. You're like, what? LRF.
Then of course, with Asians in the game and a black dude, DSP has to be racist and starts talking about black people and fried chicken. And even though Ethan Ralph confirmed on Twitter that he's gonna be one of the hosts for Smart Guys, DSP still refuses to say anything and will not confirm it. Why is it that on DSP shows, DSP is the last one to acknowledge or actually announce stuff? Oh, look at that face. DSP with his Chris Chan medallion. And DSP said, I don't want to work with a guy who's also doing a video on a PDF file. Of course, he's talking about Mike Klum doing an EDP documentary. But also, Phil, alright, Rich was an asshole. Time to bring out Ethan Ralph. Then it looks like episode 5 of Stephen Cambion's Pig Roast has come out. Praise the cash, praise the engagement, praise the goal. And then remember that tip that got frozen? Well, support is so low right now, he's decided that even though it's frozen, he's going to count that one from the previous stream in this stream towards the goal. That spells desperation if I've ever seen it. Then next gen guy, Assassin's Creed is only 30 to 40 hours, and Phil's been bitching for the first 3 of them. Then we have Volo, Assassin's Greed with DSP's face in it, and he was able to get the $182 from people that were first time chatters, long time fans. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Even though DSP has still not announced Ethan Ralph for Smart Guys, Ethan Ralph had a message for the detractors and DSP.
You know, I sit and I think about all these piss ants out here who think they know everything about this business, who think they could get out here and do what I do, could do what DSP does, could do what Mersh does, could do what even people I don't like do. They can't fucking do it. Why? Because they're cowards. They sit behind their computer screen like the punk ass bitches that they are. They take no risk. You see, some of the people who do what I do also take no risk. They only roll with the mob. They only roll with what's popular. They think people have their back, but in reality, they fucking hate them. They hate them for good reason because they play it safe. They never take a risk. There isn't any good guys in this business. There aren't any bad guys. There's just guys and whores. And I remember whores who I used to literally let carry my bags across the great country of America while I was fucking making history with Stop the Steal, covering it from coast to coast. Bitches couldn't get off my dick, swore loyalty to me until the day they fucking died in front of God and everybody. And you know what? They stabbed me in the fucking back. So you know who I'm loyal to? Me, motherfucker. Ethan fucking Ralph. That's who I'm loyal to. I'm loyal to doing new shit that other people wouldn't dare to do. I can't wait to team up with DSP. I envy his hatred. I want what he has. I want the hate that he has. Fuck all these motherfuckers. Fuck those dirty whores who sold me out. And fuck everybody who ever doubted the Ralph of fucking Mail.
First off, I love how he said, oh, I have all these hoes and they're loyal to me. And then at the end he said, fuck those hoes who turned on me. Guess they're not so loyal, eh? And I love that he was talking about going across America when he fled the country after he raped somebody and he lives in Mexico. This is a great look for you, DSP. I can't wait for this. I'm actually looking forward to this because you have no idea how much this is going to backfire. And man, oh man, I'll be there to report on it. Then apparently Stephen Cambion has DMs with DSP that he himself is going to release. And he said, there are things in these DMs that would be very interesting for certain people. And then his chat kept saying, you know, Ethan Ralph is not a good dude. And then went over all the things he did, why he's not in America, all his ex stuff, revenge porn, the graping, the abusing, his kid abuse. And he said, DSP said this, if someone can commentate on pro wrestling and they are entertaining, and they add something to the show and people want to see it, then I don't see a problem. Wow. What great values and morals from Mr. Roman Catholic. Then you can tell DSP doesn't know what he's talking about with the wrestling show, because he said Paul Heyman is old and can't cut a good promo anymore. Then it looks like one of DSP's mods on Kick is joining the light side. DSP felt it, ha 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 ha, as he put in Kino Casino's chat. DSP revealed the idea for Smart Guys going into WrestleMania, and he's going to have 3 different guest hosts to decide if any of them should stick around after WrestleMania, and the other option is just to end the show. You know, aka, the money's not there, let's go, it's over, your fault. And we know basically 2 at this moment. One is Ralph, and the other, a lot of people have been saying is Mersh, but apparently he's very similar to Ethan Ralph. And the third one, well, that's going to shock you. I'm going to tell you who that is in the next segment. JG Win, dude, this Smart Guys is so boring that I'm legit struggling to stay awake right now. And then Meth Bear, very interesting point, because DSP said that he spent so much money with Cat's medical stuff. But also keep in mind too, he also said everything in those text messages were lies to PPP to try and snake him. Meth Bear is saying under his health plan, his wife is actually part of it, and you can get tested for free. Amazing, if true. Imagine Phil lying about that yet again. And are you ready for the new opening for Smart Guys? Then we have Truth Seekers, Raw Phil, and DSP all streaming at the same time. We have Truth Seekers 743, Raw Phil 772, and DSP Reacts 189 people watching. That is sad, Phil. Okay, so let's see how Smart Guys went for DSP, including the drama, the begging, and much more.
By the way, Jay Will says, why are Dark Side dabbing and Cheese something in the Kino Casino chat talking crap about you? I don't know. Why don't they answer that in the Kick chat right now publicly? Because if they are doing that and they think that they're going to be like a snake jumping between streams, I think that they should just step out right now and not return. But I don't know, because I don't know if they're doing that or not. I'm not watching that stuff. I'm doing my own content, okay? But just so everyone knows, this is an important thing to bring up. There are snakes all over the internet. And especially when it comes to my content, there are people who literally stalk people, no lie, from stream to stream to stream to stream. Like, this happens literally every day. And this used to happen with my detractors, not the casino, but my other detractors. Basically, people would tell me behind the scenes, did you know that so-and-so is in the detractor chat and they're talking crap and they're contributing? And the truth is, I can't stop anyone from doing that, nor is it my job to babysit or monitor any of that crap. Okay, it's not my job. It's not. But if you're in my chat, you got to behave and abide by the rules. If you're going to be a moderator of mine like Dark Side Dabbing is, you've got to abide by the regulations of being a mod. If I find out that you're doing underhanded stuff, I'm going to publicly shit can and shame you just like you deserve. All right, so I'm laying down the rules right now. Hope everyone understands. That's how it is with me. Everyone gets a fair shake. These people haven't shown me any reason to be upset. And, I haven't seen that. But if they really are snakes and they're trying to plan on doing something, well, they better stop right now because they're just going to be publicly exposed, when they start acting up. Fair enough? And then he basically says, I want the DSP to open a pack of Topps Chrome cards live on Smart Guys. And when he said that, I actually defecated in my pants. I was not expecting that. I didn't know that Penta knew who I was. So immediately I just unloaded into my underwear right there as I was watching. It was disgusting. I had to go take a shower after the fact. Okay, actually what he said was, I want the Intercontinental title. All right, so let's get the goal. Let's hit the goal. Then we could do DSP Tries It tomorrow. We could say this show was successful, even though I was doing it by myself, that it still works and that people like my wrestling content. All right? So we're at 110. We're going to open up pack number 4 right now live. Someone, let's get to 150 right now while I'm doing this, okay? Seriously, let's do it together. Lyrics are being sung by the same person who sings the lyrics to Cody Rhodes' theme song. I said, no! Why? Why? Why the fuck are they doing this? Stop having this whiny kid. He's Brian Baker's coming to the ring. He's gonna fuck you up, and his name isn't Sting. But stop. Stop this. I can't take this guy's voice. He's so nasally and high-pitched.
Are you enjoying the commentary? And can we get some more support? Because right now we are literally at $37. No subs from the Kick side whatsoever. No memberships on the YouTube side. We have had some super chats and tips. But man, we have faltered. This sucks. We want the momentum going. I mean, we want to hit the goal. We'll do DSP Tries It reward tomorrow. Right? Perfect to do it on Friday, end of the week. So let's do it. Why? Well, you know, what do you think? Do you like the show? Are you not liking the solo commentary show? Because like I said, this is all an experiment. And if you guys don't like it, I'll be very honest with you, we don't have to do it either. You guys told me your overwhelming feedback when I was doing this show with a co-host was you need more wrestling, you're focusing too much on drama and other kinds of filler content, the show's going on too long, we just want wrestling commentary. So you're getting wrestling commentary, all right? But is this what you wanted? Because now, here we are. This is week 2 of me doing a solo. We are more than halfway through the show. We got an hour left, and we're at 1/5 of the goal. So what's this feedback I'm getting, right? And I'll be honest, earlier today, guess what? Did gameplay hit the goal? Actually exceeded the goal. And it's funny because I keep getting this feedback, I'll be honest, that gameplay is tired, that gameplay isn't working, that gameplay is going to get older, and there's no way I'm going to be able to make a living doing it anymore. But when I play games, and we're having a good time, usually it goes well. Not every stream, all right? To be honest, not every stream. Like, I did Call of Duty the other day, didn't hit the goal either. But for the most part, if I'm doing a steady gameplay stream, it does well. It does, you know what I mean? Like, I got no complaints with how those go. So, I don't know. I'm trying to branch out and do different stuff. For many years, people said they wanted me to bring back wrestling commentary, all right? So I hope that if you're enjoying, you're going to support it to make it viable so I can keep doing it. Because, you know, if it's going to be like, you know, every week it's going to be slow, then I have better things to do with my time, just to be frank. I could do a million other things. You know, maybe once as a gimmick, if it was like we have a crazy goal, a crazy stream, and we hit a crazy goal, like over-the-top support, I would shave my beard. And then I would let it grow back, which would take probably like 2 weeks, right? I wouldn't mind doing something like that. But no, I don't want to shave my hair and go back to the short hair or anything like that. I like my hair. And my wife does too. This is good. We're getting some momentum back, everyone. Let's keep it going. Let's get some more support right now while I'm shouting out Alex so we can get towards our goals here. All right, so now we're at $49 of support. Guys, let's get it to the 100. Let's get our pack opening for the night, right? Let's have someone drop 10 subs over on Kick or a $50 tip or super chat. Let's do it, all right? That's our first. We finally got a sub, everyone. Wow, that was like pulling teeth to get our first sub of the night. Thank you so much. I didn't miss any tips. If you guys are spamming that there's tips that I didn't shout, you're lying. I've shouted out every single tip. So you can stop now. Please don't spam and lie or else you're going to get moderated. All right, so thank you, Judge Dredge, for the first sub of the night. Guys, can we get any more? By the way, we are a third of the way to the goal now. We're more than halfway to the $100 to unpack the cards by the end of the night. I would like to, if we're going to do the pack, I want to do it before the very end of the show, okay, just to re-show you guys. If someone does a $50 contribution, I'll let you pick the pack. Just give me a number, all right? Give me a number right now, $50 contribution. Give me a number, 1 through 8, and I'll pick the pack and we'll unbox it right now together, okay? Let's do it right now. And like I said, I'm still giving the offer that if someone gives 20 subs, okay, over on Kick, I will give you both the VIP and the OG badges, all right? How about this? Since obviously I want support, I'll even do a better deal. For 10 gifted subs over on Kick right now, I will give out the OG badge, or the VIP badge. The VIP badge only. Not the OG, just the VIP. So for 10 gifted subs, you can get a VIP. For 20 gifted subs, you can get both the VIP and the OG together. Tonight only, because we only have an hour left on the show, and I want to hit these goals. All right? So it's time to do some wheeling and dealing here on Smart Guys tonight. All right? No, today did go well, Dragon Cat. The earlier stream went very well, but this one is definitely dragging its feet. Okay? You're giving me $100 if I get Ralph on? Ralph is coming on next week. Ralph is literally here next week. So, okay, so drop the 100. I did what you wanted. There you go. Sounds good. Okay. Well, let's see if anyone bites. In the meantime, we do have to get to the second half of our show, which is the Raw commentary. That was actually one of the complaints that I got about the previous show with my co-host, is that he would derail the show. Number one, asking for contributions non-stop, and number two, the drama segments. And those two things made the show derail so badly that people were actually tuning out and not liking it. So I don't want to, you know, heavy focus on that, okay? Okay, fair enough? Alright, so let's do it, alright? Cool.
I got a $2 tip. From Flatman B. Need a little excitement, slap it to his Slim Jim. Oh yeah, there's channeling the old macho man right there. Thank you, Flatman. Now listen, I appreciate any contributions, but at this point, guys, we've got less than an hour left in the show. Unless we get some people who actually are going to contribute significantly, we're not going to hit any goals. We're not going to hit the pack of cards to open. We're not going to hit the goal and get DSP tries it tomorrow, right? I mean, listen, I know you guys want DSP tries it. You talked about it all week. The British food, you've been telling me what to eat. You got to get a sausage roll. You got to get I'm down for it.
Then we have Urban Sandwich Shop Fan. I love sweaty men. I can't wait till the show starts. We have Rando. He ain't ever going to get a job when he can lie to his viewers' face and explain to them why it's okay for him to do it, but not others. And then ban, gone forever. And then he sat there in OT, trying to get $38 more to hit the goal. And guess what? It never came. Unlike DERICH. And you know what happens when support is slow? It is the one-time only offer that happens daily. The kick badges on sale, dude. And look at that, ended up with $112. Remember last week he was saying him by himself was the most successful smart guys of all time. Well, DSP, you can also add the least successful one of all time, back to back. Then on the daily wrap, more talk about goals. He wants to hit those goals because he doesn't want his wife to cook. But remember guys, it's all an act. He's joking about it, dude. And then we have this comment on a video from DSP. It's amazing to me that two boring creators can get together and somehow make it entertaining. I'd kill for a rich/DSP reality show. And DSP responds, I'm a great straight man because I'm normal and can't believe how weird and stupid people actually are. So since Ethan Ralph is gonna host, let's look back at what DSP had to say about Ethan Ralph last year.
We thought that we found Ethan Ralph and we landed, but then this creature scurried away into the shadows and we think it was him. We couldn't catch him. Then we went to, we went to so many places. We went to Mexico to look for Ethan Ralph's hut. Yes, I'm not kidding. People wanted to do that. We went to San Francisco and flew under the Golden Gate Bridge.
Then this is another clip that aged like milk. This happened like a week or two right before he hooked up with Kino Casino.
Bought into this narrative and he's believing it because they know that he's a mess and he drinks and he talks about shit like this on his streams. And now they're getting exactly what they want out of him. He's making the content that they designed for him to make with this setup. Do you see? He's fell for the trap. That's what it seems like to me, right? Because honestly, if you were someone who needed help, are you going to start texting a random YouTuber you probably don't like because you think they're a LOLCOW? I mean, what?
And that brings us to Friday. Let's see how the week ended for DSP. We start off with Steve of the Dead. I guarantee you someone else had to Google how to export Twitter DMs and explain it to him. Narcside Phil suggests that it's Darziak, and Darziak himself responds, here's an exclusive, he did it all himself, I didn't even know you could export DMs. And then it looks like Darziak, at least for now, is leaving DSP. Narcside Phil, Darziak question, what specifically made you decide to step away from DSP? Since him defending a pedophile apparently wasn't enough. Darziak, life, too busy with it, and I want to step out of the Snortex. And DSP still begging hard for that British food, and he says, if you give him a goal right now, we can sit and order the food together on stream. And then Poems Pass apparently made this like 5 years ago. It's Road Trip with Ethan and DSP. And DSP is so desperate to hit the goal and try British food. He made a pinned message. DSP tries it. British food if we hit the goal today. So let's go and get support. Thank you. And DSP says to his audience, you guys love that he turned off all drama this week. You know, despite the exposing the Kino Casino part. It's now back to content you love. And despite him not reaching the goal yet, he is now on the website reading a menu of what he's going to order. It's almost like this is pre-arranged. And then someone suggested he get KFC, and he said, if we did get KFC, I would do it for the show, but I would never eat that shit like that for myself. If I was gonna eat chicken, I would eat better chicken. I would get Popeyes or something. I wouldn't get KFC. Then I have this throwback to his Instagram from way back in the day, where DSP shows off his KFC and he says, just had KFC for the first time in years. It was exactly how I remembered it as a kid. Delicious, greasy and messy as hell. Some things don't change, I guess. And he's got nothing to say, so you know what that means. Q&A time. And the only questions that he's answering is about British food, so he can keep begging for it. Then says people in his area who want salad as an option at a restaurant are green weirdos. Phil, you and your wife definitely try salad once in a while. Just saying. Whenever a game is low supported, DSP goes clown mode and begs and gets toxic towards the game. And DSP is now saying, oh, it's just a joke, guys. I'm just razzing the game.
Okay, so Margin Habit, it says, I watched Assassin's Creed videos from last night. The game is good. I can point out there's a little bit too much complaining. I couldn't get through a bunch of part 2 before I had to bail. It's too much. All right? So, FYI, do you not realize that... I'm trying to delete this. There we go. Do you not realize that that is the old style of commentary that I used to do on the videos and everyone liked it and everyone is telling me, hey, go back to that? Did you not? Most people like the fact that now I'm razzing the game, I'm joking with it. It's not serious business. Is it nitpicking? Yeah, but it's funny. That's the point. Like, people like that. That's why I tried it, and people were actually really enjoying it during the stream. I was looking at the reaction of the people in chat, and they were actually like, wow, this is funny that he's actually kind of, making fun of the game and poking fun at it again. It's not all super serious business. I could have made it super serious business, and it probably would have been way more boring. I had a lot more fun making fun of the music, some of the plot lines that were kind of ridiculous in my opinion, jokingly singing things and stuff. I thought it was good. Did you guys not?
I love how he's always saying, oh guys, let me know your feedback, blah blah blah. Someone gives him feedback that, oh, this is too much, please stop doing this, and he goes, you don't know what you're talking about, everyone loved it. And he says today, Friday, is a more relaxed atmosphere. Yesterday was a chill time. Then we have a picture here of DSP trying to grab debt money and debt money running away. And DSP is committed to being a PC gamer. However, he'll still buy consoles just to unbox them. That is right, he's gonna buy the consoles just to unbox them. There's no guarantee he's gonna play games on them. Then something that's very weird because he's eating these on stream. I've never had any of this before, which included mac and cheese, sausage, and mashed potatoes. Someone brought up different languages, and DSP said he can't speak Latin or Spanish, but he can understand them. Also, people asked for a special edition of Smart Guys for WrestleMania, and DSP said it'll be a financial flop of only 200 to 300 viewers, which, by the way, is more than you get right now, Phil. Then Andy Warski puts this out, tonight on a special Kino Casino at 7:30 p.m. It's a Gundam on the casino. DSP DM leaks, DSP disaster begging session misses the goal, and the entire DSP June the King doc. Please reply with your favorite Phil clips.
Oh my God! Oh, buddy, here we go. We got It's a Gundam on tonight. It's a special early start time, 1 hour earlier than usual, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes.
3:30 p.m. Pacific there, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, actually. Holy fuck.
I mean, it is.
But it's going to be a Kino show, guys. Got a massive guest on. We're going to be going through the cringiest, the saddest, the funniest DMs between me and Andy and Phil. Not only that, But last night we saw perhaps one of the most pathetic begging sessions of all time. Phil's just so desperate to hit the goal on Smart Guys without me. Man, he really tried last night. You know, he tried to get all passionate about it and deliver a promo, but it sucked.
All
it was
he
the
got, 100 pesos, $4.
He got 100 pesos from Ralph.
$4.
It became this whole big battle about what the conversion was on 100 Mexican pesos from Ralph. Phil originally thought it was $26 or something like that. And then he had to get corrected and realize it was only $4.97 in support from his co-host, Ralph. You'd figure Ralph at least could have given him enough to get him to the goal.
He hit the goal though, right?
No, he didn't hit the fucking goal, man. Bro, this was some advanced. He pulled out all the stops, all the bags, all the tricks. Could not make it happen. And it was
brutal.
You can tell it just crushed his spirit. He's begging like a fucking crackhead, bro.
By
it was
the way, I have
amazing.
to ask. So I have a bunch of best of Phil lined up for the show. If anyone out there has anything, at me at Andy Warski or in the thread on Twitter and put in your favorite videos. I'll sift through them and put the best runs. After everything, we're going to watch Shower, Doodles, and like a bunch of
all
really,
of the best
really
film moments
best film
that
moments
you
to
guys
shit
have
on it.
sent in and we've compiled. And then on the post show, it's time for the June the King documentary react.
3.5 hours. Me and Psycho
buddy.
are gonna sit there for 5 hours because I'm learning more lore as we go day by day, and I'm like, you know what? Gotta pull the trigger. I gotta watch the 3.5 hours because Psycho knows every piece of lore. He's like, Andy, you didn't know this, and the chat's like teaching me. I'm like, halt, Friday. We'll start from the beginning. So that's tonight. A full
huge show. And then next week we might be done with Phil for a minute. We'll have our regular variety of stuff until Ralph is joining forces with Darkside Phil. It's the crossover. Honestly, we don't deserve this level of Kino, but somehow we're getting it anyway. And then the week after that, he's bringing on Mersh as co-host. Like, it's so good. Like, thank you, God.
Content.
Thank you.
More.
Content is endless, bitch. All right, you got to tune in 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
Only on Kick.
And DSP being delusional as hell, Steve of the Dead, he's losing weight. He hasn't weighed himself, but he looked in the mirror and thinks he looks skinnier. Oh my god. Then I posted a picture of The Simpsons with Homer looking in the mirror thinking he's muscular. And just like DSP Throwback, apparently wrestling is a tiny side project, so you can't put any more effort into it. And then remember when we were saying Darziak is gone? Look at the thumbnails. All of a sudden, all the custom thumbnails are gone. Funny how that is. And he goes on to say, my content is not predatory. And as Poems Past points out, didn't you just admit you spent the last 8 months snaking another creator for profits and views? And then he went on to say how today's detractors are worse than the SOK. And the SOK were actually pretty good. And do you want to know why he likes the SOK compared to detractors today? It's because the detractors today monetize him. And they get more views than he does on his own content. And he believes those views and those dollars should be his. And that turns into a huge rant. And he says, I never wanted to hurt anyone. I never wanted to do drama. Everyone but him is a scammer. He's just a man who streams games. He just makes gaming content. My content harms nobody. If something happens one day in the vortex, it won't be him. Which is a weird thing to say, especially with a certain super puppy going around. He won't have anything to do with it. He just sits on stream having fun playing games. You're nuts if you don't like him. And then despite in the past, DSP saying Doom Eternal is messed up, it's not Doom, they fucked up the game. DSP now wants to play Doom Eternal again. However, He says now that he has a PC and Doom was made for PC, he wants to play it again because it might be a good game. Make that make sense, Phil. Also, apparently content about him is harmful content, dude. AKA showing people the truth. And now DSP is going to explain what a groupthink is.
But people don't want to leave the vortex because once they're in it, they feel at home and they feel safe, right? Ooh, I'm in this vortex of everyone who's of like mind, who just is toxic towards Darkseid Phil. This is so good. We can all have this groupthink mentality. No, you want to know who needs a groupthink mentality? Someone who has no fucking individuality, purpose, or power to do anything for themselves in life. They need to be told what to do so then they feel like they're doing something in a group. You know, like the Swifties who need to be part of a group. Well, you're part of the DSP hate mob. You're the same.
And the money was not coming in. So Phil says he's gonna try authentic food in the UK one day.
And he says he hopes one day I'll actually come to the UK and get the really authentic food. Maybe one day I will. We'll see. See how things go.
And would you look at that? People that were never in the chat, longtime viewers, all of a sudden, he's almost at 2 goals, dude. How did that happen, dude? Then, in a moment that was absolutely hilarious, DoorDash canceled Phil's order. And then he jumped on the phone and was pissed. However, he did eventually get his British food. And then we see a person trying to chase another person and his cat trying to catch the DoorDash. And I have no idea what the hell that is supposed to be, but I'm gonna pass on that. And look at this disgusting sight. This is actually pathetic for a 43-year-old man with a kitty wrist pad eating sausage rolls on camera for people like Jade and Slayer. And look at all this. Absolutely disgusting. DSP, not the food. And DSP had to think about it. Does he like this? Does he not like this? We have Mr. Ludacris. I hate the way DSP says sausage rolls. It sounds so unnatural. Also, he thinks that things like sausage rolls are considered gourmet food in the UK. Mate, you can literally go into Greg's and get them. And he declared, DSP Tries It British Edition is the best ever. And despite him being in the house 6 days a week, not going out, door dashing all the time, not talking to anyone, no friends, no family, only talking to Ket, who's probably staring at the wall right now, he says detractors' entire life is online, and they have no people in real life to talk to. And for the entire stream, he got $250. Congratulations, you finally got your food, you sick bastard. Then this is from NWO News. Hey Ket, I'm gonna tell these dudes your pussy is broke. K-Hun, correct. And then Kino Casino started streaming with 9,000 viewers. And DSP said this in the Kick Chat on the night stream. Mention drama or the casino, get timed. Do it again, get banned. Email me for an unban, I'll laugh at you. Hear that? If you get banned tonight, you are banned forever. Doesn't matter if you apologize and you email him, it's over, you're gone forever. Then they talk about DERICH and how they had to twist his arms to ban DERICH, despite the 150 plus video playlist about little girls. And PPP said he defended DERICH more than when I called his wife fat. And this absolutely has to be a bottom of barrel moment. 88 people watching DSP on Friday Night Fights. Jax Raxter is downstairs crying right now. And we have that being said, live check-in on how Philip is taking the Kino stream.
Go fuck yourself, Kick Chat. Sit there with no stream, you dumb bitches. Go fuck yourself, you dumb fucking idiots in the Kick Chat. Because I got no mods tonight, so fuck them. No stream for you, bitches. Since you're just sitting there not actually fucking contributing or doing anything positive, you can have no fucking stream now, bitches. No stream for you!
Yeah, so all night, it was Kino viewers and trolls doing memes and LARPing and absolutely destroying Phil in the Kick Chat. And as he said, no one was supported from Kick. So he turned it off. He rage quit Kick. And there you go, offline on the Kick. I can't believe DSP already rage quit Kick. And look at that, 7.4 thousand Kino Casino and 0 on DSP Gaming Real. Then we have Johnny Appleseed. You got a lot of banning to do. We have Begs Bunny Real. Was it harder to kill a rabbit or bang a horse? And then PPP announced that Frank Hassel now has Phil's gate code to get in. Should be a very interesting next few weeks. But then DSP turns back on the Kick chat. And why does he do that? Oh, Dr. Lexus / Darkside Pimp shows up. And he wants those Kick subs from Dr. Lexus. Then we had some bans on that night, including Dunsfelter, Darkside Dabin, Kino Critic, and Winter's Soldier. Of course, Dr. Lexus had to ruin this. He gave Phil 45 subs, including to PPP Felt in My Stupid Wife and Bunny Rabbit Real. Then we have Darkside Dabin in Kino Casino chat. I'm looking forward to ending up on another duty video tomorrow. And not only that, his other kick mod, Kyle, was also gone. Then we have this from Duty Streams, Super Dent Dr. Lexus aka Darkside Pimp snakes DSP. Will Phil live up to his proclamation that if you snake him on Kino or Detractor stream, you will get banned? What say you, Phil?
You tell Lexus is now claiming that they gifted the subs because it adds up to 220. Okay, how about this, Dr. Lexus? How about you just give us 220 subs right now? How about that? That's how you own Phil. Don't give Phil. Oh my God. The dentening! The dentening!
But the thing is, I'm just like...
What?
Then apparently, DSP is not playing around on Kick. All his mods are no longer mods. He took the sword away from every single mod. Because when drama started happening in the chat, they purposely left and allowed the trolling to happen instead of moderating. And there you have Dr. Lexus in Kino Casino. 44 times 5. See the amount? And then we get to the end of the week financial. Tips, $541, down 47%. YouTube Super Chat, $514, down 65%. YouTube memberships, 34, down 62%. Kick subs, 147. Now remember, 45 of that is from just today from Dr. Lexus. Up 36%. If it wasn't for those 45 subs, he would have been down. And then apparently we found out the third host. Kino Casino announced that it was Beardson Beerley, who is a Christian nationalist, part of America First with Nick Fluentes, and some people are saying he's a PDF and a neo-Nazi. So between him and Ralph the Rapist and Women Beater / Kid Abuser, quite the choice, DSP. And look at that, without Darziak there, this is the thumbnail that was chosen for British cuisine. And now in the daily wrap, DSP is going to attack the detractors, and it's projection 101.
Got into a little bit of a discussion around this bizarro vortex that's around me that I have nothing to do, from weirdo people who just waste their lives, while I am sitting here doing completely positive content and refuse to buy into their garbage. Okay? And it was a fun conversation, quite frankly. The thing is, normal people would listen to that and be like, okay, get it. But these weirdos who are in that vortex would never get it because they're all mental up there. They're all sucked in and they refuse to see reason. Outsiders who look at the situation here, look at it and are like, what is wrong with these fucking people? Right? Anyway, the podcast was good.
And look at that. DSP spending more money in WWE Champions. $969 if he didn't get CM Punk. And that was the week for DSP. Hope you enjoyed that. Click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe. Subscribe to my other channels on the details of the end cards. And as always, I love each and every one of you. Hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Peace and love.
Without
cries echo loud. He's a king without a crown. Phil's fortress is burning down. Detractor wins without a sound. Dash fires flames, can't be tamed. Phil's excuses are all the same. Tears fall, but who's to blame? Dash fire keeps playing the game. In the night, the battle's fought. Darziak Phil's plans will rot. Words cut deeper than a shot. Dash fire's too hot. Feedback loop, both endless ways. Now stop Phil's plans will rot. Words cut deeper than a shot. Dash fire's too hot. Feedback loop of endless rage. Phil's stuck inside his cage. Dash fire writes another page. Detractor roams the stage. Dash fire's endless rage. Phil's stuck inside his cage. Dash fire writes another page. Detractor roams the stage. Dash fire's flames can't be tamed. Phil's excuses are all the same. Tears fall, but who's to blame? Dash fire keeps playing the game. The game. And the game. The game. Keeps playing the game. Keeps playing the game. The playing the game. Keeps playing the game. Keeps playing the game. In the back room, cries echo loud. He's a king without a crown. Phil's fortress is burning down. Detractor wins without a sound. Dash fire's flames can't be tamed. Phil's excuses are all